Boom! We are live on a fucking beautiful Friday. If you're not drunk, you're not stoned, you're not swimming in the pool with a beautiful or two beautiful naked women, well, you should be listening to us. We are now live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, Twitter. I'm sorry, not Twitter, X. So what the fuck did the X-Men take over Twitter? That's what I want to know. X. Why did they do that? Yep. Amanda's already in chat. Welcome to the Best Damn Podcast, a show that reminds you we're amateurs, but we're not the good kind of amateurs you like, like amateur music artists, porn stars, stuff like that. We're amateurs in just about every fucking thing we do.
We're your Dollar fucking Tree amateurs, people.
We're not even your Dollar Tree amateurs. We're your Temu amateurs.
Hey,
we're your Temu amateurs.
It's actually good. I've got a few things off Temu. They're not bad.
Oh, we got a story to talk about Temu tonight. I'm Tyler. Joining me as always is, of course, everyone's favorite stoned disciple of Jesus, I guess, the Weezar himself, Fat 420. And you know him, you love him. My first time broadcasting with us since he came on the network. It's just Bubba. We got a lot to talk about tonight, including crazy world news, Am I the Asshole, and we might get a little political in far as the news goes that just came out of New York. We don't like to get too political on this show because we know everybody has an opinion. Everyone has a difference of opinion. But this one here, the biggest trial of the year, might have been purposely derailed, and we're going to get to that here in a little bit. So I see Amanda Kluge's in here, Spoody's in here. We're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, and we're live now on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. What would you call it? X-Men, X-Files. Why did they change their name like almost every year? Kluge's right. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and it mostly stinks. That is pretty much 100% true.
Ours is in Texas.
Let's not start that. Let's
start what?
I gotta tell you, I'm a little jealous of my sister right now. Keep in mind, I'm watching the Cardinals game. They're playing the Rockies on the third screen, but I am going to be hosting the show. I do this all the time. My sister got tickets to the Cardinals game for $15.
Scalper.
No! She got them straight from the ticket booth. Say what?
Are they behind the beam where they can't see the game unless they do this?
No. I saw pictures of their seating, and it's good seating. Like, they're in the middle. They're right behind first plate. And they're like literally sitting there just. They're behind first plate. They're about
Legs level.
Yeah, upper box levels.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Bad. But they got it for $15.
How the fuck?
Kluge's correct. They do specials to people on the email list. That is 100% correct. Hello, Mandy. Cardinals are downing tickets. Yeah, I'm jealous.
Stores need to do that then.
My Cardinals, I'm going to be first to admit, my Cardinals have not been doing very good this year. They've been doing horrible. I'll just fucking say it. But at least they're not in last place anymore. Who they passed up to get in the last? Who they passed up is kind of.
Who they passed up? Yeah, who they passed up?
Cardinal game.
What'd you say, Bubba?
She actually paid that much money to go see a Cardinal game.
Yeah. You're a Cubs fan, aren't you? You son of a bitch! We brought another fucking Cubs fan out of the show.
Just to let you know, I hate them all. I just make fun of both of them.
What's up, Ellen?
Depending on who they are.
Hey, baby.
The Cardinals are no longer
like my stepdad. I'll totally rip on him because he's a Colonel fan all the time, and we just banter back and forth all the time.
Yeah, you and I have bantered back. What? How many nights have you and I got into like heated debates over the Cardinals? You and I, there was literally one point I about wanted to drive down and kick your ass because you wouldn't shut up about the Cubs winning in 2017.
Yep.
And I was seriously pissed off. Off with the head of the Cubs fans. That's exactly right. I got 2 Cubs fans I got to decapitate. The Cardinals are no longer in last place. What the team in last place, and it's no. I know my Cardinal fans were like, "Woo! Thank God we're not in last place." But who they passed up? They passed up the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Fucking hell! No wonder why my friend ain't talking about it. No, really. He's from Pittsburgh area, but he lives in Chicago now.
Oh yeah.
And so he's like a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He's a Pirates fan. He's a Steelers fan, and he's a what's the name of that? Penguins.
What's up, Don? What's up, Big D?
Fan.
But yeah, we're down 2 games behind the Cincinnati Reds. Or no, it's 2 or 1 games behind the Cincinnati Reds. And we're down 3 games behind Chicago. And we're about 6 games behind the Brewers. The Brewers are on fire this year. The Brewers, jeez, I got a feeling it's going to be the Brewers this year. It's going to be either the Brewers or it's going to probably be the Reds, or I could honestly say the Cubs. The Cubs have been doing very well this year.
That's shocking.
Yeah. And I know everybody's
There you
probably...
guys are.
Yeah, there you are. But your internet, you got to get your internet fixed, broski.
Yeah, because what it's doing, like, it freezes up. Like, all you guys freeze up, and I can still hear that you guys are talking, but you guys sound like robots that no one can understand a word you can say.
After I get done with dinner, I have to go clean out the car. Okay, take us with you then. I don't know. Are you getting like legitimate internet to your place? Bubba, for those of you who don't know, Bubba just joined us, about a month ago? Would you say, Sage?
Sounds about right.
About a month. And Bubba used to be in a hospital because Bubba was homeless. We'll just leave it at that.
Well, that too.
And Bubba developed some health issues, obviously, with living in a van or a truck. What was it? It was something.
Living in a van down by the river.
I've done that before.
But
Good
yeah,
change.
I had been using my data, and it was all have been working fine. Like, I watch TV on here using my data, and it works fine. But when I go to broadcast, it sounds like ass.
Sounds like
It drops me.
Oh, well,
Not sure about that one.
I don't know.
It's pulling more data. And it's probably, it sounds like.
Well, I mean, you're pulling more data. Also, we've had a shit ton of solar storm activity in the past, couple weeks. We've had a shit ton of it.
Yeah.
So, of course, naturally, like satellites and all that shit are still on the fritz. And they're saying apparently we're going to have more, which, okay.
It's a government
I don't
conspiracy to get us to obey.
Because you can't predict it.
It's a shit ton more data to stream video. Yeah, it is. That's why I don't really stream. I don't really watch TV on my phone unless I'm absolutely fucking bored.
But
I do it all the time on my phone, but I have it hooked to my Wi-Fi, so.
Right.
I have no problem using my data to watch TV on my tablet, but
Yeah, I can.
the broadcast, it's. And I've
Well,
never had.
how
When was the
is-
last time you?
I think part of it's where I moved to,
Well, it could be that too, but
and maybe this building.
how old is your tablet?
Oh, 4 or 5
When
years.
was the last
maybe.
time you updated that bitch?
Well, that was what I was about to say, because that's an old tablet, and those older tablets don't do well when it comes to streaming. Downloading content, yes, but uploading, no, because I got this
Now,
first gen.
Have you actually downloaded the
StreamYard app.
No.
That's probably what you should do. Is probably
Ooh,
try download
Yeah,
the
that
StreamYard
could
app
work
after the
streamline
show.
and take less data.
Oh,
All right,
this
here's
is
another.
Good idea.
Here's another question.
And
How
that's
much?
why we have Dr. Sage here to help us out.
I didn't know Dr. Sage was IT support. What have you got there?
He's the doctor of everything, so
This is
So what
Big
does
Orange.
StreamYard app do though?
Big Orange Dreamsicle.
that's what she said.
Dreamsicle sounds really good.
Having the StreamYard app will probably, I think, help increase your flow of connectivity because you won't be like going through the basic internet with that. Like,
right.
you won't be on the
But how do I
website.
connect
You'll
to
have
the show for using that?
once you have the link, it'll go through the app instead of going through the website.
Oh,
Spooty
and do
wants
I
some of
pay
that,
for that
Sage.
app?
What's up, JD?
I don't know if there's going to be any left for you there, Spoonie.
And
Good.
I see Corey's in here. What's up, Corey?
Do I have to pay for the app?
No.
No, you don't have to pay for the app. No. Yeah, we thought
All
Kluge
right.
was the IT guy of the show. I guess now it's gonna be Sage. Since
Our
Sage
Kluge
kinda-
is far superior than I am when it comes to this shit.
Kluge could probably stream himself on a toilet.
This is our YouTube page to follow us if you want to follow us on YouTube. And Tyler, since you said we're on X,
X. We're now. Yeah. That's
can you
a good
put that
point.
link up for everybody then too, please?
Yes,
Yeah, I
I
just
will.
saw
Give
that.
you 1
Whenever I was
second.
joining into the show, I was like, whoa, we're on X now. This is awesome.
I didn't feel like going back to Twitter, but it looks like I'll have to now.
I'm hearing an echo. What in the fuck?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh no!
Hello?
Now I know why I had a now I know why I'm hearing a fucking echo. It's because I just brought up the X profile. So whoops. So yeah, there you go. There's our new Twitter. Whatever you want to fucking call it.
Oh,
Join us
we're
on there
also-
live.
we are on TikTok too.
We're getting ready for a TikTok. Yep. Join us
We're
on
on there,
there.
so you need to have us there because the more people we get to 1,000,
Then we can go live.
We go live.
Yep. So join us
So
on there live.
it-
Share the
that
show.
That is the best damn podcast. One,
Oh, that smells amazing.
all lowercase.
So yeah, share the show. Share the show with everybody. Get us out there. We are a free show. Share it to all your groups. Share it to all your friends. All
Oh.
that shit. We do this
Ooh,
shit. We're amateurs, but you know what? We try and be good at it. We know there's some podcasts that apparently.
Ooh, Brian.
What are you
Brian
gonna live
used,
there?
Brian used the sage comment.
Oh,
Sage, you do know what that looks like on cam, don't you?
milk?
No.
No, a jar of cum.
Mm,
Hey,
fair
he
enough.
said it.
But this is butter pecan cream.
Ooh,
That
I'm
does
not
sound good.
I'm not a big pecan fan.
Dude, this is amazing.
I'm a pecan fan. I pecan Tyler all the time.
What's up,
Woo!
That was a good shot.
Jackass.
That was a good one.
That was a good shot.
Thank you.
And the
Corey
only
is
other
correct.
one I have to try is the
Corey-
root beer float.
The root beer float. That sounds good.
Ooh,
That
was
sounds
good.
good. Corey is right. Number one, it's not even the All-Star game, so the card sucking is to be expected. It's getting closer to September every day. So yeah, the Cubs will get worse, the Cardinals will get hot. That is true. But Corey, you gotta admit, the Cardinals got off to a horrible fucking start. Horrible.
You said got off.
You know, the Cubs do stand for completely useless by September.
Hey.
Okay, Rabbit Trail
And,
here. real quick.
and I'm kind of a Cubs fan, so I mean, but still.
Rabbit Trail here, real quick. By the way, if you didn't notice, I was gone Wednesday.
Yeah, okay, so
It's
where
because-
were you? Because you called.
Okay, here's the thing.
motherfucker was so stoned he didn't know how to get
I
online.
got my. Thanks for coming in, Jay. At the right good time.
Hang on. He called me Wednesday night, and this was his response. This was my conversation with him. I'm at work. He calls me Wednesday night at 11:30 p.m. This is what he says. What? What am I doing? Say what? Hey buddy, I gotta piss. I'll be right back. And he hangs up the phone and never calls me back.
Yeah.
So
Jose got a hold of. I got a package on my doorstep.
Oh no.
Thursday night.
Fuck me.
And it said on
I'll
it.
be right back, guys.
All
right. It said from Jose. Or to Fat 420 from Jose. Love you from Mexico.
Jose.
And so I went to open it up. It is this big old brick of Acapulco gold. and a bottle of Azteca THC resin.
Oh shit!
Why did you?
So I got my papers out. I put some of that Acapulco gold down. Started rolling it, and every 2 turns, I take a little bit of the Azteca resin till it was all done. So that whole thing was like pure gold. So I let it sit overnight to dry. In the morning, I got it. I was like, all right, wake and bake.
No wonder he was gone Wednesday, because he wasn't just gone. He
Set
was
it
in another.
down. I laid back in bed. Next thing I remember, I wake up and I see messages on my phone. Where the fuck are you, 420? Are you okay? What the fuck's going on? Sorry, I got my Acapulco gold early.
So you were literally in another plane of existence. You
Yeah,
weren't even here anymore.
In the words of Formula 51, we're gonna kiss the sky and taste the motherfucking rainbow.
No shit, he tastes the rainbow.
That's pretty much what it was. I wasn't an astronaut. I was beyond astronaut.
This motherfucker was lifted.
I'm glad he wasn't on the show Wednesday. Because can you imagine? This would be
You imagine his stoner thoughts then?
Oh my god. We would have been canceled.
Well, I did say some to the group chat.
Oh shit.
So
he calls me at 11:30. I just stepped out for break. And his conversation was, what? Who? Where? I'm like, you okay, dude? We've been worried about you, trying to get a hold of you. He goes, yeah, I'm talking to the elf people in the wall. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. People at the wall. It's they're like the size of the littles from the TV show We Are the Little Kids, and the looks of the looks of the Fraggle Rock people. Come to Fraggle Rock. Come to Fraggle Rock. But they were small like the littles.
He texted me. He texted me about 3:00 in the morning that night. Now I figured he'd went back to sleep or he was like something. But he texted me at 3 in the morning and he goes,
all fucking night.
He texted me at 3 in the morning. He goes, I miss Pizza Hut because they had great tacos. I wish they didn't close down. I'm like, what the fuck?
Pizza Hut had tacos?
I didn't know Pizza Hut had tacos. That's news to me.
This is just another reason to say that Jose is the fucking man.
Dude, whatever Jose sent 420, he was gone.
Wow.
And then he texts me at 6 a.m. and says, "Tell the person in the hallway stop blowing the leaf blower. I'm trying to sleep."
It was a fucking leaf blower in the.
Are we sure it was actual fucking weed you were on and not like some weird
Well, I did
ass?
say I use an Azteca Gold to water down the paper when I was rolling.
Are you sure you weren't like running the vacuum cleaner and you just thought somebody was like?
Well, he also had some of that resin he said with it.
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
Now, me and Sage get to hang out with Jose tomorrow night.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no. I'm gonna get stoned text. No, it's not gonna be stoned text. I know how it is. It's gonna be
No,
drunk
we get
text.
we're getting the tequila.
Yeah, you're getting the straight up tequila from Jose. And
With a big fat 1-inch worm on the bottom.
We are getting the 100% authentic Mexican agave tequila.
ooh, that is going to hurt
The
you.
bottle
all.
actually has a
Taste,
label on it
taste.
that says "Eat the motherfucking worm."
Agave. I'm gonna bring up a picture for everybody, so that way they can see what this this tequila is.
Oh, you ain't gonna find it. This is
Oh,
Oh yeah, you're right. This is
By
one
the
of
way,
those.
there was a PS to the note that I got from Jose.
oh.
He said, "Fuck Tyler."
Ah!
Well, of course, because Jose fucking said, "Hey, I'm getting deported. Don't worry, just send me $20. I'll send you whatever you want back from
Hey.
Mexico." I'm like, okay.
You also said
Nothing.
you also said you wanted to fuck his mom too.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
You said you wanted Pinchy Mama Lapinga.
I learned what that is. That's because of the fact that I didn't know what the fuck that was. And I went through Google 30 times, which Google can't understand a fucking word I'm saying. And that's what I got.
I don't think Google was born before millennials. So. It's the Gen X thing.
Dude, Google. We're going to spend billions of dollars on Google's algorithm so you can translate whatever you say to the people of the Far East, the people of, South America, Central America, all over the world. Can't understand what the fuck I'm saying.
Did anybody watch that's wrestling? Watch AEW from Wednesday night?
Always.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you do, you do. You don't, you don't. If you don't want to hear it, the funny thing was, MJF was back, and he was doing his little spiel at the beginning, saying, "Yeah, I'm back." Blah blah blah. Then out comes the Mexican wrestler called Roosh. Dude, he was ripping into Roosh so bad because of the way he was speaking. It's like I was crying because it's like that's what I would do.
Again, we now have a X, Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's where you can see it there. You can subscribe to us for updates, all that shit. And tonight we are doing Ask Dr. Sage tonight.
Woo!
Ooh.
The AEW game is free this month on PlayStation Plus. I didn't know AEW. I'm not a big wrestling fan, but obviously we have aficionados. Like 4 out of 5 on the screen currently are wrestling
How dare
aficionados.
you?
I'm sorry. I respect the sport. I respect the hustle. I just
Does Sage need to hit you with the twisted T again?
no. Sage don't need to hit me with no twisted T again.
Are you
How about,
sure?
how about that broken katana that you have sitting right next to you? Or
You
not
mean the
katana.
kendo stick?
Kendo stick. Or what's the other name for it? What was it always called?
Also called a Shanai.
Or
No, there was another weird
Singapore
name.
whipping
Like,
cane?
Singapore whipping cane.
oh, Singapore cane, yeah.
All right, so
Oh, Sam
feel
Hagen
like-
has the Singapore cane.
I feel like we gotta talk about this tonight. Because we got Will Hite on. Will Hite's running for president. Will Hite 2024 can't do any worse. He's got my vote for sure.
Will Hite's got a story for us too.
Oh, well, let's go with the story with Will Height first.
Or at least he put something up in the chat earlier.
Yeah, so I came across this video a while back, and it kind of blew my mind. So I just briefly went and looked into it. So Tyler, why don't you bring up the video and play it real quick, and then I'll give a little bit more backstory to it.
Is this the one you sent this afternoon?
It's the last one that I sent in the group.
By the way, for those who are watching, we are getting ready to do a fire sale next Friday. It's going to be Whack-A-Mole, $10 donations. It's going to be Whack-A-Mole. We're going to have other things to it, but it's going to be $10 donations. 3 players, 1 person's blindfolded. The mole is also blindfolded, and 1 person's not. They have a kazoo. The person with the kazoo has to blow the kazoo whenever the mole comes up. If the mole hears the kazoo and ducks right back down, the person with the pool noodles is going to slap somebody really fucking hard across the face.
Yeah, Whack-A-Millennial.
Whack-A-Millennial. There you go. We'll call it Whack-A-Millennial. There you go. All right, let me get this video.
Yeah, because we know that's going to happen.
It's the angry dad father.
Angry dad father.
Hey, look, Kermit's here.
Yeah, Kermit's still. If you donate 50, we play 5 games of Whack-A-Millennial.
Hey, Kermit, how's that John boat going?
That fucker needs to give me back my fucking boat. All right, give me 1 second.
And also, if you're not using it this weekend, like Sunday, can I borrow it?
No, you can't. All right, let's go ahead and play this. So this is what Will Height sent. Angry father gets revenge.
All right, crank it.
Volume's up.
Father gets his retribution. The comedian left a creepy comment underneath the post that Alberto made with his 3-month-old child. Here's a look at that same exact comment translated from Spanish to English.
Wait, all right, hang on a minute. I'll go back to that comment.
Spanish to English.
All right. Nothing and no one can prevent the possibility that he is that.
Gay.
And when he grows up, he gets tired of sucking that. Wow, the comedian left this on this dad's profile?
About his 3-month-old son.
Holy shit, that's a bit too far.
Perdonad, lo siento, os pido perdón. Soy únicamente un padre que defiende a sus hijos. Pero ha hecho comentarios sexualizantes de mi hijo de 3 meses. Es que mira, es que te
An angry father gets his retribution.
All right, so when I dug into it more, the comedian who was local in that area come across his dad's, posting a pic of his kid and made those comments. And then he was at a show. So the dad tracks him down at his comedy show and goes off on him for this pedophile shit. And the guy, obviously, you see him back up against the corner, and the dad, when people were trying to break it up, told him, I'm sorry, but that shit ain't flying. And he smacked him around pretty good, and the camera doesn't show any of that. But the more I searched into it, this dude has been doing this constantly and has never faced any consequences from it.
Really?
But this one here has gotten out, and it's kind of spread like wildfire. Now, my thing is, would you be able to control yourself and stop with just slapping him around a little bit? Or would you literally stomp a fucking mud hole in his ass and be blind rage and murder this dude right in front of that whole audience?
Well, the first thing... Go ahead, Sage. You go first.
I don't know that I would murder his ass, but he would definitely know that I was there.
A few twisted keys upside the head.
So you clearly say the blind rage, you wouldn't hold back because there's an audience there.
No, this dude would definitely I wouldn't slap him, but he would definitely eat a couple fucking fists.
Oh yeah. he might get like, if you knock someone to the ground, I'm not about stomping somebody, but in this case, if he fell to the ground, I'd still stomp this motherfucker.
Yeah, that dude's. Yeah, I'm no bitch. I'm not going to slap somebody.
So
He's definitely gonna
I'm
eat a
so
couple
going
fucking
to
knuckle
Boston.
sandwiches.
my thinking is
I'm gonna
because
stomp
there's a lot of
money.
people in the comments of that were talking about, hey, you can't beat them. Let justice do it. Well, let's talk about justice doing its work for these kids that are being molested and being harmed. There is no justice. A lot of these motherfuckers are getting slaps on the wrist and being let out, or it's being hidden because there's so many powerful elites in Hollywood and even politicians that are doing this shit. Why isn't Jeffrey Epstein's list out there? They have
That's
it.
a good point.
They
Because
fucking
there's
have it.
Yep.
There's high-profile Democrats.
And of
on it.
course, they're just saying, well, we're still investigating. Investigating
Bullshit.
what? This dude had cameras in his house. He had cameras on his island. He always was in witnesses. The victims even talked about it. He literally would film people in bad positions, so he had leverage. So that's fact. That is absolute fact. So that's
Motherfucker didn't hang himself.
you got video footage of some prominent people doing some fucked up shit, and nobody wants it to come to light.
Right. How do you...
So
I don't...
now the other thing in there, people were talking about this isn't justifiable and that this dude should go to jail. My saying, fuck no. If I was on the jury of that day and that dad did not do anything wrong, he was defending his kid, no fucking trial, no case, no court, no nothing. He's a free man.
And that was
All right.
a fucking baby, dude.
That's a 3-month-old baby, for crying out loud. All right, 420, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I really don't have a kid, so I really have no say. But if I did, I probably wouldn't go as far as death, but I'd go as far as making sure
Castration?
they think twice.
All right. Bubba, your turn.
See, I didn't even catch what happened here. Like, I couldn't see or quite understand what was being said, and
Yeah, that's because he was speaking Spanish and the subtitles were like that fucking big.
Yeah, it's unfortunately on Facebook's little,
either
TikTok.
way, it doesn't sound good. And
All rise.
I
for
kind of
Skeletor.
like what
Sorry,
Clooney
Skeletor,
said
you ain't
to
my
Jeffrey.
favorite black guy. Snoop Dogg is.
Okay,
There goes
Bubba,
that
continue before Fat 420 starts a shit show with Skeletor.
I said that I like what Clooney said in the chat room about the situation, though. Stomping on his nuts and using his whole weight. How about you let me use my weight?
And Bubba's a big boy. I don't know if anybody's ever met, but Bubba big. Bubba will break somebody's lungs.
I
All
think he would do it with pride on that one.
I think
I
he
body
would.
slammed the shit out of Bubba.
All right. Okay.
What's the deal with the wrestler that died saving his daughter? I missed that.
Okay, hang on a minute. Let me get my...
What?
What are you talking about?
Vince, he said, so the wrestler that died earlier this week, I shared the story that came out. May he rest in peace, hero saving his daughter.
Vince, send me that comment in a Facebook message. We'll talk about that. All right, I got my 2 cents on this whole thing. As a comic, as a comedian, you can make jokes about people, but for God's sakes, a 3-month-old baby. You don't make jokes about anyone under the age of 18. You don't make any jokes. I don't care how edgy you're trying to be. That's a 3-month-old kid.
Yeah, you
Well, by all
don't do that.
Wait. You don't make sexual jokes.
You don't make sexual jokes.
Because I will make fun of a fucking 15-year-old in a heartbeat. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. You don't make
Yeah.
sexual jokes. Like, for example,
Definitely not sexual.
if you want to make sexual jokes about a guy because, like, maybe he's got 2 girls around him and they're like, hey, how much did you pay? How much did the check bounce? All that shit for having those girls on your shoulder. But with a kid, no sexual jokes under the age of 18. You just don't do that shit. So-
Personally, I don't go under 21.
So by all means, if this guy got that pissed off and this comedian thought he was being edgy, no, you're not being edgy. You're being a
No.
fucking creep.
Yes.
Knock that
And-
shit off.
And you put that on social media? That's fucked up.
Yeah, and he put it on social media, which it's like, it's ridiculous. That kid's
should-
3 years
That
old.
dude
That kid,
should be locked up for pedophilia just for that.
well, I wouldn't say it's pedophilia, but I think it's warranted an ass kicking.
That's fucking right on the line.
I would say he deserves a solid ass kicking. By all means, that guy should be drug outside. And all right, Dad, he made fun of your kid.
Here's the thing. I can understand
especially in
why.
Mexico.
I can understand why the dad got mad, because that's ruined so many men's lives with false accusations. And then after the whole process went through, like, oh, by the way, you didn't do it. He
Well,
won't get his job back. He won't get his kid back, and everything like that.
It's not so much that, it's the fact that this guy was a comedian, thought he was being edgy, made jokes about. I don't even know what the comedian's relationship is with the father, if he's friends or something like that.
No, they
But-
don't know each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
they don't even know
You
each
can
other
be
from
edgy, and you
everything.
can still be tactful about the whole situation.
Well, here's
And
my
from-
thing. You're doing it off of perspective that you think he's being edgy. You know, where there's smoke, there's fire. It may not be 100% truth, but if he's joking like that, does he really have that intent? Is he a sexual predator? Not just joking. Is there something more there?
Right.
Skeletor says that Captain motherfucker for making comments about my kids.
Fucking facts.
Hey, that's a cordless hole puncher.
All right.
And
so,
not only that, but Wells, didn't you say? I keep calling you Wells, and it says Wilhite right there. But I mean, fuck, that's how I've known you for years. You said this isn't the first time he's made comments like this before.
Yeah, he's actually made comments about youth before, and
So-
people have made backlash. He didn't go into details quite such like that, but from what I briefly looked at, he's had some questionable shit.
oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You're right, Ellen.
The few, the proud. Give him a box of Crayolas.
I forgot. Wait, Skeletor, how old's your kid? How old is his kid?
Well,
I forget.
he's gonna have little ones
Wonder
here
recruiter.
soon, but
Well, he's gonna have two little ones, yeah, but he's also got an oldest. I remember he mentioned that. Oh, 20 question mark? 20 question. I did not know you.
hey, wait a minute now. If Tyler, you don't understand, but when you have kids and your question, sometimes your years get run by you and you start forgetting. Because I stopped counting birthdays. Like, I know when my birthday is, but I really kind of stopped counting the birthdays once you hit a number. And sometimes that gets lost because your kid, to you in your mind, you're still picturing your little kid.
Mm.
So then you got to sit there and be like, man, yeah, that's, well, yeah, 19.
What?
How
He
the-
goes-
how the
he
fuck
goes,
old is
man,
Ari?"
I got arthritis. I forget. How old are you?
Once they start talking back, I kind of forget about it.
How old is
Do
Skeletor?
we really need Tyler reproducing?
And Tyler doesn't even have kids yet, so he doesn't.
I don't
even
have
know
kids
the
yet.
fucking-
No. He's
That's what
40.
I'm saying. Do we really need Tyler reproducing?
Well, true.
No.
Can you? I'm telling you.
It's been a long day for you, Skelly. It has to be. I want to talk about Skelly a little bit
But-
later because
By the
something
way,
happened.
Will Height, I was at Dollar Tree on Thursday, and I thought of you.
If
Oh, shit.
Tyler reproduces, I
They
don't know
had-
if the kid gets most of his genes from Susan.
We can
Oh,
hope.
shut up.
That is true, Bubba. They had a 5-pack of the big freaking
Show me
thumb
Crayola.
crayons. They had the small 24-pack. And then they had ones that looked like lipstick to where you twist it and it curls up. I was
All
thinking, would Will Height like that?
I want to talk about what happened on the show. He says I got one.
Oh, dude.
God.
So yeah, I do want to get to Skeletor later because of all the weird shit that took place Wednesday.
Yeah.
I definitely want to know what else fucking popped off because y'all were getting some weird shit out there on that rig.
Like
man,
I was working, I heard about it, and like I'm like, what in the
You'll
fuck
email
is
the
going-
details.
You'll email
Well,
the details. Okay.
I want you to also tell your son
What's up, Brian?
if he's really wanting to go to the Marines. Out of everything going on with politics and the bullshit right now, the Marines are actually the only force in our entire military that is still on the very strong side. They're hitting their numbers. They're doing all this. So kudos. Great call. It was going to be a great call anyway because I'm biased. It is what
He is biased.
But the best advice I can give him and pass it on is he's going to try to your son, because everyone does this. Your son's going to try to ask everyone what to expect. Go in with an absolute open mind.
Yeah.
And don't try to narrow it in because boot camp in the Marines is different from everybody. You'll pick up really fast over here on this, but you'll struggle on this, or you'll pick up on this. Go in with an absolute empty mind and just be ready to attack and tackle anything that comes up. It'll make him a better Marine. And when he gets out, I won't say it now, but when he gets out and he completes the Crucible, I will tell him, welcome to the Brotherhood, Devil Dog. Till then, he doesn't have that title. He can sign on that dotted line, but until he finishes that Crucible, he won't be a Marine. You got to earn that title. It's not given.
Right.
But congratulations, man. That's ballsy.
I will say this to you, Skelly, as an Army vet.
Door watcher. Door watcher.
As a door watcher, you smart asses. It could have been worse. It could have been worse, Skelly. He could have said I'm going. He could have said I'm going Air Force.
He could have said Space Force.
He could have said Air Force or Space Force. One of the two.
Get there. Sorry.
Get there.
Chair Force.
Get there.
All right, so this is the
That's
video Vince sent us. This is about the
Is it a
Chicago.
porno?
No, it's not a porno.
Oh, fuck.
It's about the wrestler who died, a hero. All right, because Will Height was questioning
Oh,
about
Hart?
this. Sage was, I think, questioning about it. So this is from
still
Chicago
alive.
area. All right, so here's the news article.
Why does that guy look AI?
He's not AI.
We
He
sure?
does look fake.
Yeah, he is. Look how he has mouth
Told
in
in
it.
justice earlier this week, reportedly while trying to protect his daughter. Elizabeth Matthews is live with the latest on the search for the killer. Elizabeth?
Yeah, still no one in custody on the shooting that happened in Justice late Monday night, just before midnight in Justice Monday night. You're right. Family tells us that this father of four was trying to protect one of his daughters. He has 3 daughters and 1 son at the time of the shooting. The family now tells me they are stunned to learn of his passing and are still trying to digest what took place in the suburbs here on Monday night. Richard Rubalcaba, who goes by Tony, was 42 years old, was a prominent Chicago wrestler, went by the name Superbad Santana Starks, and have been wrestling since he was about 20 years old. He and his cousin even starting a pro wrestling federation in Chicago. Monday night, he was in his home in Justice when one of his kids called for him to come outside. The victim's mom tells me there was a group of young adults there. He yelled at his daughter to run back inside, and he was shot twice.
Wow.
He was saving by his house with him and his kids.
Sad.
He was at the happiest he's ever been. He was. And he died protecting his daughter.
Justice police tell us that their officers tried to save him on scene, tried to revive him, but Tony died about 20 minutes later at a nearby hospital. He leaves behind 3 grown daughters and a young son. There's no one in custody, but Justice police say this was an isolated incident. Reporting live from the suburbs, Elizabeth Matthews, Fox 32, Chicago.
Folks, just want to take a moment.
God, that was a nightmare. Jesus.
Yes.
God, he just
Yeah.
pooped not too long ago at the fucking the D-Day thing.
Dude, he
Take him
stole. As much as they fucking always talk plagiarism like a motherfucker, he stole Ronald Reagan's speech. Out of all the historical units over there, you couldn't have fucking come up with your own, you goddamn prick. Sorry for it.
He stole that speech and then he fucking shit himself and had to be escorted out before he could shake hands with all the fucking people there.
All right, so I've seen the clip. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the.
You seen the clip? Where?
Let's talk about the guy.
But I am the clip commander.
Let's talk about the poor wrestler who lost his life protecting his family. Skeletor says, "Dude, the man is a king, dying to protect his family and cost him his life. Rest in power." You know what? That's really true. The guy, that sucks. Hey,
I didn't know that one personally, but I've heard of him.
yeah. Have any of you local wrestling aficionados heard of him?
With the Chicago market, if you're decent
I've heard
enough,
of him.
your name will get out there. And yeah, I've heard of him. But that is dad mode there. Fuck, get your ass inside and you deal with it. And unfortunately, it cost him his. But you know what? His daughter's still here.
Well,
yeah, Biden's 81 years old, and he, as I said, that D-Day speech, he took another shit out there and had to be escorted off.
All right, so I think we're done talking about the poor wrestler who died. All right, so I've seen the whole clip of Biden supposedly taking a shit. He's not taking a shit. It's weird and it's awkward, yes, but he's trying to sit down.
Skeletor's got the reason for it, man.
No,
he wasn't shitting. He was summoning his force ass.
Summon the Skeletor.
No, the one clip he was trying to sit down, but the other clip, he literally tries to shit and then shits, and then they escort him off stage really quick.
Let's see. I think the family has almost raised all the money to get him buried. Dude, what? That's horrible up in Chicago. That's just horrible.
That's another fucking thing with Chicago. The whole isolated incident, dude. Man, every fucking day somebody's getting shot. Them fucking pussies up there forgot when you got problems, you can deal with it like this.
Hey Vince, link me to GoFundMe. I'll post in the chat. We'll give the family some recognition for that. If anybody wants to donate to the family's final expenses for them, we'll post it in the chat.
The kids are talking about deaths here last night or a couple nights ago here in Peoria area at the foundry in Mapleton, Cat Foundry in Mapleton. It caught fire again for like the fourth time in 3 years, and someone died, and the kid was only like 20.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
And he died in the fire. He said, the way it sounded like some slag from the fire got loose and got on him and gave him instant whatever degree burns and pretty much killed him instantly because that slag was so hot.
Jesus.
Oh, there's Jose.
Anyway, what I'm saying is that's not locally that someone might know from Caterpillar or something.
Yes, he got your gift, Jose.
Yes,
the
that's
guy
why I
was gone the other night.
Yeah, that's why I was gone Wednesday night, and I called Tyler and left messages all out hours like, "Hey, do you think if I put cheese with toe jam, it would make an Earl Grey tea?"
What the fuck?
And then I would text him back going, "Hey, fucker, you know any good drugs in Jacksonville?" And then he texted me, "At the dispensary." I'm like, "Fucking dispensary, I want real shit."
Can't wait to see you either, Jose.
I want the Jacksonville ditchweed.
Jacksonville too.
Unborn kids for some.
God damn it, Skeletor!
Oh,
I know you haven't had drugs in a while, but you cannot trade your unborn kids.
Wait. Hang on a minute. Let's be fair here. Now, I'm not big on abortion, but if a woman has rights to abortion, can a dad trade away an unborn for some weed?
Well, see, here's the thing. They think the woman gives life, but it's actually the man that gives life because in his ball sack he has 100 million lives swimming around. She got the unfertilized egg in her, so it's
That
the man
brings
that
me
gives
to
life.
another point. If there is more life in semen than there is in blood, then how come vampires don't suck dick?
Yeah.
Well, they
I
do
thought
if you're,
that's
they
what
do
it
in
is.
Twilight.
Well, that is true.
By the
Oh
way,
my
here's the
God.
link. Here is
Yeah.
the link for the GoFundMe for Tony. If you guys want to donate some money to his final expenses, go right ahead. You know.
Weren't those your favorite movies, Tyler?
No, I did not watch no fucking Twilight. Fuck those.
You
Back in my
did?
day, back in my day, vampires sucked blood, not dick.
That's not
I don't
what
care
Sue
what you
told me the other day.
Well, you're full. You were also stoned off your fucking ass, Sage. What is wrong with you?
Were you saying Sue was stoned too?
He's dumbfounded about the vampire
sucking blood.
No, sucking dick.
Ugh.
I've never seen the Twilight movies, and I'm
Could you
just
really
like,
imagine a movie about a gay vampire?
It's called Twilight.
Hey, wait a minute. I seen Twilight with my kids. I don't remember them sucking each other off.
It was off screen.
I mean, literally,
Oh, it was off screen.
gay
Okay.
vampire all doing the.
No, but I
You
bet
know.
you Sage watched Brokeback Mountain.
the
I'll tell you
fuck
what,
ever.
Call me
It,
weird.
it was a deleted scene.
Call me
Deleted
weird.
scene.
I think
You had to have the director's cut.
I think gothic vampire chicks are pretty hot. Just saying.
Hey, gothic vampire chicks are pretty hot, but you know, I'm sorry. If
Dude.
a vampire walks up to me,
Dude, you know, I'm part of the Skyrim web group on Crackbook, and you wouldn't believe how many guys simp over Serana.
who the
the
fuck's
game.
Serana?
I
You
don't
ever
even know
played
what the
Skyrim?
fuck that is. What the fuck is Skyrim?
It's a video game.
Let's look this up. Serana.
Yeah, she's the vampire. She's a hot looking chick vampire.
Okay, give me Bela Lugosi or Rock.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee, yeah, any day of the week.
Oh yeah, I like those too. I'm just saying.
That is this Serana here?
Yeah. See their hot gothic chick right there.
She don't look gothic.
No, wrong one. See, look at the more. Look at there you go, like that one, like the more of the video game
That
one.
looks more like Celtic than Gothic.
It's gothic. It's called romantic goth.
I'm sorry. Brian asks, how come they rub a woman's pregnant belly and say congratulations, but never pat a man's balls and say good job?
Thank you.
That is a
Okay.
good. That is a good question. Right on, Brian.
Vince said Tyler has all the hidden scenes.
Do not
Yeah.
watch no fucking Twilight. Fuck that shit. Max
Corey's got a
with
point.
Maximum Destruction's on video in Mexico. They are famous. Back
Okay, yeah. Corey mentions Blade. Now in Blade, fucking Jessica Biel, she played fucking hot ass. Was she a vampire?
No, she was just a vampire hunter.
Vampire hunter. Okay, but she was still hot as fuck in that movie.
Skeletor looks at
Says you fucked up.
You fucked up.
Damn it.
I bet you anything Tyler owns the special edition DVDs.
Man, you were just spent on me having that fucking Twilight.
He fucking went to the comic. He went to the fucking Comic-Con last month and had the what's his name, the werewolf dude sign his hardback cover copy of it.
Oh, didn't he end up like playing a Superman or some shit?
Yes, that dude.
Tyler Hoechlin or
Well, the one guy, I forget what the fuck his name is. He wanted to be Batman.
Tyler had him sign something hard.
yeah, he did play Batman in the new Batman.
And he actually did a good job, I thought. I thought it was very good.
Or what? Wasn't he a Spider-Man too, or was that someone else I was thinking that was like that?
I don't remember.
I didn't care much for that Batman, but I watched the
He
movie.
He didn't go. I'm Bat. He didn't go. I'm Batman. He went. I'm Batman.
Wow.
See, now Kermit's starting.
Hey.
Well, Kermit needs to get my fucking boat back.
See, all of his Twilight stuff is on the back wall where we can't see behind the camera.
That ain't my Twilight shit. That's more Transformers.
Jose, thank you.
Behind the camera where we can't see.
You know, I have an award over there for the greatest tag teams.
Skelly, you shooting some
He's gonna get her.
sperm.
Yes, that
When
is
you
true,
guys
Brian.
brought up the Superman and
Okay.
Batman and all that. Like, I'm not into superhero movies.
Well, Bubba, that's where you went wrong.
It's just not my thing. But now, like, I do like the original, like, was it 1966 Batman or whatever?
Yeah, I've got those DVDs
And,
too.
like the 1978 Superman. I'm cool with those.
Christopher
But like
Reeves, yeah.
anything else, I'm just not into them.
What about the '89 Michael Keaton Batman?
No,
You're not what?
just not my thing. Like, I was never into comic books as a kid, so I think that's where it stems from. But
Hey, so I got a question. Since we got our fire sale that's delayed, how about we have a little fun tonight?
Yeah, why not?
420. You got any of that Acapulco gold left?
Yeah.
All right, we're having fun. All right.
Oh no.
So what
I still-
if someone makes a $10 donation and 420's got to do a bong rip? Now he can turn off his camera because we can't show it or whatever, but he's got to do a
Yes,
bong
you
rip
can.
so we can see what the effects is for science.
Actually, we
Who
can't
says you
because
can't show
Facebook he showed his bong once and Facebook flagged us.
That's why he has
No,
to turn
when,
his
I
going
was
off
doing,
cam.
when I was doing that other show, that's all we did was smoke weed on cam. It
But-
never got flagged.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah.
Bubba, that other show was behind a paywall for one,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
it was a unlisted video that not
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
could just
that's right.
access.
Like
Well, but
he
we
showed
had free shows. We had
He
free
showed
shows
his-
when we were doing that.
no, he showed his bong once and it was like he showed it and then 5 minutes later Facebook flagged us for what was called what was it? It was like drug paraphernalia or some shit like that.
Well, you know what? Fuck Facebook.
That's why I did that. That's why I started it at X.
It's legal.
See, the cool thing about it though is it was musical too. Not this one I got now, but the one that we got kicked off for was musical because every time I would suck out of it, it would play the Push It song.
Yeah. Oh no! I think that's actually why he got banned was because it plays music. You spent like what? It was a Christmas gift, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I do not.
Like I
want
said, it's legal. That would be like flagging Dr. Sage for drinking.
Ryan. Oh no. Oh no. Ryan. Ryan. Let me get the link. Ryan is unleashing a foul beast that nobody wants to see tonight, but we're going to see it
We all
anyway.
want to see it. Yep.
We are going. Oh, we're in so much trouble.
Why are we in trouble? We're unleashing the
I
beast.
talked to him last night while he was gone, and he was literally in another
Dude,
plane of
the
existence.
last time he was on the show and he was freaking goofy as shit. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh no! This shit's worse. This shit is worse. What does he get if he donates $20? What does he get if he gets $20? What's he doing? What would he get if he gets
sure the suction's good on my bong.
Oh, that's a cheaper one. He's got two bongs. He's got two bongs.
It looked like the top of.
I think he's got more than 2 bongs. How many bongs you got in your house?
Well, see, the one time I was over there, he's got the one that looks like Krypton from Superman.
Remember, I got those race car
around that
ones that the sides of them look like the race cars.
He had one that had like a Dale Earnhardt sticker he put on it.
Checkers
What
or
he
Eckers?
just had looked like the top of a Pringles can.
No,
No, that's a bong. See, I gotta hide it because
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it looks like the top of a Pringles can. from
Hey,
what I
man.
can see.
So I got a cousin. And he made a bong out of PVC pipe, a metal box, and this thing actually went up to his second floor bedroom. And in the living room was where the box was. And his goal was to actually build up his lung capacity to where he could bong rip a full story.
Holy shit.
So he would practice.
I
He
used to have
never-
a 6 foot.
He never
I used
got
to
to
have a
that
6 foot
point.
bong.
But dude, he had a buddy, and he'd yell at him, "Hey, light it!" He'd be down in the living room, he'd light it, and my cousin would be up in the second floor room and trying to fucking get that whole damn thing.
Even that 6 foot bong I used to have back in the day, you had to have someone light it for you. You can't breathe and do it. But the one buddy of mine, he went to a gas station one day, and have you ever seen where they got the I was like 4 or 5 foot long beef jerky sticks or whatever, and it comes in a big plastic thing about this big around, and it was empty. So he asked if he could have it, and they gave it to him. So he took it and put it down in a coffee can with some cement or whatever, make that the base of it, and then
Has Ryan even donated and you're ripping it?
We don't even know if he donated.
I haven't even had a chance to look yet.
Oh
up at the
shit!
top, you put 4 hoses coming out of it with the bowl on top with the hose going down, and then he had a fish pump hooked up to it. So he just turned that fish pump on until that whole thing got full, and then you'd have 4 people hitting on it.
Oh God! I just thought of smoke.
Ryan, I hope you donated, man, because he just went on ahead and did the fucking rip.
He had to do a pre-drip.
Pre-rip. My bad.
Pre-drip.
Oh.
Bubba knows.
Oh, hey, Ryan, what do you get if he does $20? Well, you get the pre-rip and then the regular rip.
You're gonna get. It's not Fat 420. It's gonna be Planet 420 because this guy. Yeah, literally, Brian's like pump pass.
My vodka.
There you go.
Oh, he hasn't donated. I'm just showing what the combined online donations.
All right.
And y'all making me thirsty.
Y'all
making me
So
2042, right? 2042.
Yeah.
Best damn podcast itself.
There's 1,042.
Nope. 1,107.
Holy shit!
117. And
We've done over half.
And by the way, I did order the Legos. So JD, if you're watching, the Legos have been ordered. Ryan says he just said, "Oh no!"
Hey, by the way, they're
Well,
not.
it's too late now.
By the way, they're not Legos. They're Lego.
Lego. Sorry, the Lego.
There's your math.
Wow. How'd the softball game go last weekend?
Still haven't got the numbers for it.
Hey, you know what?
So I've got to go get that treadmill, right?
You're gonna have to get the
Well,
treadmill.
I
Yeah.
shared that picture in a lot of places and told a lot of my friends about it. So that's all.
So
I can
I've
tell you.
literally got to walk across the alley and get the treadmill. Okay.
Yeah, I'll literally, dude. The day they do it, when Tim does it, I'll literally come over and help you move it because I know your shoulder's still rehabilitating.
Hey, I went to the rapist. I mean, the therapist. Hey, spell therapist.
Man, my therapist, she was a crippled lady.
Take
She's
the
like,
rapist's fault. 600, Alec.
Exactly. Thank you.
Therapists, not the rapists.
Yes, Celebrity Jeopardy. And I'm up to 30 pounds now, so
Hey,
it's like the Jeffersons. I'm moving on up.
do not let Kermit come and move the treadmill. He will steal it. Oh,
You don't want it. You don't want the fucking treadmill.
So I gotta ask. Now I don't remember this when I was younger, and maybe it's because I was just too young. But when has it been a big deal for pre-K graduation
Never.
or kindergarten graduation or elementary school graduation?
I mean, I think if in the smaller,
Ryan, thank you very much for the donation to Wrestling for a Cure for St. Jude's. Thank you very much. There you go.
I think it in the smaller towns it was a big thing because I know in my area where I grew up, they had fucking preschool graduation, kindergarten graduation, 4th grade graduation, and all this because I guess it was something so that way everybody can celebrate.
That's Skeletor. He didn't see, but I did. Right behind the building.
Hey, while we were still talking about wrestling, did you guys see that Penta El Zero Miedo is set to be a free agent possibly in August or September? His contract's up.
I'm not even sure what the fuck you just said.
No idea who that is.
Pentagon Jr. He is from Lucha Underground.
Okay.
Pentagon Jr.?
Yes.
Oh.
Because AAA legally owns that name, Pentagon Jr. He had to change his name to Pentagon El Cerro Miedo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got another person on the rig on here?
What?
Yeah, He-Man.
He-Man.
How many people on this? Does the oil rig?
He-Man, Skeletor, and Dutchman.
Because his contract.
Oh, and the
is
Asian
coming
chick.
up.
What's her name? I can't remember. What'd you say it was, Skeletor?
I don't know. Go ahead, Bubba.
There's rumors that WWE is interested in signing him if he don't re-sign with AEW.
That's all rumor. If he goes anywhere, he's either going to stay with AEW or he's going to go back and feud with people in AAA.
Oh, that's Tokyo Mo. Okay.
That's right, Tokyo Mo. I knew I'd miss it. I knew it was some Asian chick. I do love my Asian chicks. Maybe that's why I like small titties, because most Asians are flat-chested.
And then Raven's the hot fucking nurse.
Except for Mia Yim. She has some nice yims. I like.
She's lesbian, man. I tried.
Damn.
Why are all the hot chicks lesbian?
I have no idea. That fucking
bullshit.
I know.
Yeah.
But
all right, so
I'm in the friend zone. Woo!
Raven's lesbian too. This is goddamn bullshit.
Here's a funny thing. Once you go fat for 20, you never need any other honey. I can change them around.
Oh no, that stuff's already hitting you, isn't it?
What stuff?
Yeah, it is.
The stuff you just ripped, dude.
Oh, the Acapulco gold with Azteca gold.
Resin.
Resin, yes.
On the bong, I pack the resin in first and kind of smooth it in. Then I take a little pinhole and poke holes through it, so that way it's kind of like a filter. Then I put the Acapulco gold on it, and then when I go to light it, it lights the weed, and then it gets and then it starts making the Acapulco gold, melt, and then it starts dripping down into the water, and then when the water starts bubbling and boiling and everything, it releases in the bubbles, and then when you breathe it in, you breathe up the extra bubbles, and then when you take it down your throat, it pops the bubbles, and then you get that extra burst of the Acapulco Golden Azteca resin.
Okay.
All right. I don't understand it either. I just do my fucking gummies, but Ryan,
It's science.
Ryan, what have you unleashed for science?
I don't know, but I think he needs to go off cam and hit it for the money now.
Asuka, isn't she lesbian too?
Asuka.
That'd be Asuka.
Asuka, yeah, isn't she a lesbian too?
So this is how
No, Asuka is not lesbian.
Pre-Rick.
Oh, thank God. Plus, she's my age too.
And now he's going back.
Yeah, because he paid, right?
He paid,
Yeah.
yeah. He paid.
Hold on.
Oh.
See? Gotta. Oh, this one's almost out. I gotta fill it up.
We can't do it on air because we'll get pulled off of Facebook. Why?
420 sprinkle
More
can.
sprinkle can. All right, so I got. I'm about to say Skeletor. Oh. Jesus Christ!
This motherfucker's gonna be gone.
Oh shit! I was laughing at 420. I said the wrong.
What the fuck? Are you high?
No, not yet.
Hi, how are you?
Okay. All right. Yes. God. All right. So Skeletor
what do you
said, "No, shut up. You're not going to be here in a minute.
Oh God!
This is not a proof
I'll mute
you
myself.
shut the chip can. He doesn't ever. All right. So I guess Wednesday something happened on the. show. Skeletor sent
Yeah, I
an
wasn't here.
email about what happened. And this is weird, to be honest with you, because I'm just glancing through it real quick. Sage filled me in a little bit on it, so I guess here's what happened. I guess if you watch at the end of the show, Skeletor works on an oil rig down in Louisiana. Okay, like near Baton Rouge, I think, or something like that. I almost want to just send him a link and say, "Hey, come on here and explain it," but he's not going to. He's probably working. I don't know, Skeletor. If I sent you a link to the show, would you hop on to explain what the fuck happened? Would you explain it? If I sent you a link to this email, I'm working.
He's working.
He's working. Shit. All right. So if you're Skeletor works on a rig down in Baton Rouge. Is it Baton Rouge? Is that where he's from? I can't. It's down Louisiana. I know that much. He's also on a rig with a friend of his named Dutchman.
Or Fred.
There's a bunch of people on this rig that have different names. I guess at some point Wednesday during the show, something happened where their radio went out and I'm reading this email right now and he's explaining this. So something happened on the oil rig, and I'm going to go over this email thing.
It was the radios, the radars, and
right.
Their,
sonar, radios.
Yep.
Radars.
Power going out in some of them.
All right, so here's what Skeletor says in an email to explain it. Hey, dog, I'm saying this as a male. He spelled male incorrectly. Male is M-A-I-L, not M-A-L-E.
Well, maybe he was saying he's a male.
Because I have to explain this. I can't explain it. It's too much to explain on air. Wednesday night, the radios started picking up high-level static in Silo 4. The radios in Silo 3 went out shortly afterwards, and our radar and sonar were shut off. Personalized radios were also picking up a large amount of static, and the landline phone that we have throughout the rig was also down as well.
How
All
can
right,
an oil rig have a landline phone?
I guess
Yeah,
they
I
call
was about to
different
say that. How-
departments.
I would say it's probably a communication phone throughout the rig.
That's what I would think. Yeah. All right. Now here's where it continues. Okay. He says this has happened several times before. 9 times out of 10, it's drug runners blocking using a jammer. Okay. Or storm interference. Some virgin in a boat with his drone fucking with the rig, begging for Skeletor's penis. You a thirsty motherfucker. Or in this case, something else. Our IT guy discovered that the sonar and radar weren't disabled. They were being purposely shut off.
So somebody on the rig letting a little buddy slip through or some shit?
Something. Radio interference does happen, but the part that freaked us out, and we've actually had somebody quit over this, quotations, pussy, because the radio was having a conversation with itself. So would that explain why
420 does that?
Would that explain why they were talking on the chat room of the show?
Yeah, they had to communicate through us.
But if something was jamming, then wouldn't their cell phone signal? I don't know what cell phone signal they got down there. Wouldn't that have been like jammed too?
Well, you would have thought so.
If it's jamming just your radios, your walkie-talkies and whatnot,
they run on different frequencies.
That doesn't take much power. But to jam your satellite for your internet and your other shit, that would be a little bit more cryptic.
That's weird.
Uh-huh.
That is weird.
That's why he's going to be president. He's that smart.
Okay, he even says right here, internet was still working, phone service wasn't.
Now I'm curious, what happens when someone quits? You
Yeah,
gotta wait for the helicopter to fly out there, or do you guys always have a helicopter on standby already out there with a pilot on at the ready, or how's that work?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Or do you have a brig for them until they...
The helicopter takes them back to mainland.
Or do you bury them at sea? Just put on some chains and some concrete block and
Yeah, do you...
Send him down to the Meg.
Yeah, I guess
down to the Meg.
Fish bait.
All right. Now here's where he said.
Speaking of things that are sunk, did you know that the swimming pools on the Titanic are still filled?
Obviously.
He's starting. He's starting already.
The stoner thoughts are going to come through real bad here.
I almost kind of want to give him a stoner thought segment.
They come off and on. If I don't write them down, I forget them.
All right. Now here's where he says it gets interesting. An object appeared above Silo 4. It was green and red, almost like a flare, but pulsating, and we couldn't see it lowering altitude.
Oh, weird.
This object appeared for 6 minutes and then suddenly zipped over and dived into the ocean.
It was Megatron.
It was not Megatron.
No. Galvatron?
Not What? Jay, why did you offer this? I can already tell it's going to be bad.
Well, we had to do something.
Since then, we had a new hire who's been with the rig for three weeks quit because they literally didn't believe in this shit. And when we told them we saw this shit all the time, thought he was joking with us, but he quit last night because he's apparently terrified of extraterrestrials. We don't know what this is. We don't know if it was extraterrestrial. Management has showed up and shows an IT to review everything because once a rig loses radar and sonar, it's off the grid. That's a serious situation, and Homeland Security does get involved with. We have been advised not to tell anyone about this.
Oops.
Fortunately, old Skeletor don't swing that way.
Swings every other way.
Skeletor don't swing that way. Please don't say my name on the air. All right, so I won't say your name on the air.
All right, Jay.
Stop!
It could have been Jason.
Okay. Sincerely, I'm going to leave his name out with love and respect. Skeletor. P.S. Where my boy 420? I pay good money for 420, but you don't pay shit for this show. This show is free, asshole.
Who said he was paying you? He said his boy 420.
Where's
fucking
his boy
numbnuts.
420? Oh, shit.
Surprised he didn't ask for Cooley.
Fucking moot.
Yeah, he didn't ask for Cooley in that
Dr.
email.
Fang.
He didn't ask for Cooley. That's interesting.
Well,
But
you know, 420.
He knows Cooley's wanking to his wrestling show.
And 420 is the only one he gave the end card to.
Oh, wait. Cooley's cheating on Skeletor? What?
Yes.
Cooley's getting laid? What?
Cooley got laid? What?
No. Cooley just saw some titties in a shower on Snapchat.
Female type, human type.
He found an old relic of a Sears catalog and started wanking to it.
Has anyone noticed that the higher that 420 gets, the more blunt he is to speak?
No shit. No shit.
Keep digging, Watson.
You could understand him better when he's hired.
All right, so I sent your friend that you asked me to the link to the show so he can come in here.
So, Bubba, what you're saying is I'm opposite of Steve.
Yeah, for sure.
Skeleton, I was single.
Oh, God.
No!
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Whoa!
Spoon.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice move. Nice move, Spoon.
Hey, if he would have said you want a spoon, I would have fucking lost.
Do you want a spoon with Spoon?
My man,
My
we would
man.
have
Oh, God! No.
Who's the big spoon in that one?
This is great.
Well, Skeletor has sent Cooley a picture once before, but we ain't talking
And he
about
sent
that.
you one too. Speaking of pictures, I wonder how many emails April has right now.
I have no idea.
Hey,
We've had a full week.
pics for my birthday. I was upset about that.
People had a full week to send their photos of.
And guess where Cooley is?
Where's Cooley?
Just woke up.
What?
It's
Wait, he didn't do a show today?
It's
He
8
just woke
o'clock.
up a
What
little
the
bit ago.
What
I
the
said, well, get on the show.
God.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh,
If this was a paying job, he'd be screwed.
dude, this was a paid job. He'd be fired right now. Late for work. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting rode up.
Yep, that's a write-up.
I did see Apollo 8 astronaut William Anders, who took the famous picture of Earth, has been killed in a small plane crash.
What?
Shit.
That's
The
because he's
victim in
about
a
to
fatal-
divulge secrets.
The
Oh.
victim in a fatal plane crash Friday in Washington State has been identified as retired Major General William Anders. The the former Apollo 8 astronaut who took the iconic Earthrise photo, his son Greg Anders confirmed to the Associated Press. Just before noon, rescue crews responded to reports of a plane crash in Washington State between Orcas and Jones Island. The U.S. Coast Guard Pacific Northwest confirmed. The family is devastated. He was a great pilot, and we will miss him terribly.
I've been to Jones Island.
Really?
Yep.
Well, Brian, be prepared to be disappointed, man.
I've been to Jose's Island.
That Earthrise photo that he took was while in lunar orbit on December 24th of 1968.
Yeah, those are fake.
Oh, here we go.
I kind of think the pictures on the moon were fake.
Well, everything on the moon was fake. We've never been there. Sorry.
You know,
Number
we
one,
have.
if I'm telling, if there was a flag on the moon and there's no or very little gravity, why is that flag not going straight up instead of straight out?
Because when you're in zero gravity, you can hold things and it just floats.
Well, the thing is, if you look at that moon flag picture, there's a rod in the top of that flag.
That too.
But it's supposed to also look like in the wind.
There's also
There is no wind.
There's no wind in space.
on the
Yeah.
moon.
There's no ripples in the vacuum of space. Hey,
supposedly.
I mean, I've never been to space, so I don't know. But
None of us have ever been to space.
And the
Yeah,
reason
nobody
why
has.
the reason why you see those folds in
now.
the reason why you see those folds in the flag is because when you push something in vacuum space, if you mold something that way, it'll stay there without moving. So when they took the photo, it looked like it was waving, but it was actually just like they said, the pole keeping it straight out, and then they were holding it, and then they were probably doing something to make sure it's straight, and then it just looked.
Still, the bigger question.
Right now.
Sorry, Jay. I just saw your message.
Still, the bigger question is like, okay, you got the guys coming off of the lander, but who the fuck was already outside of the lander taking the pictures of them getting off the lander?
The first guy.
Oh, the first guy before the first guy?
They had outboard cameras attached to the top of the. Man, if we're gonna have this talk, I need a fucking dummy myself. Fuck.
They had outboard cameras that were 20 feet away?
He believes
that makes sense.
He believes that the moon landing was real. Sorry.
All right, Jay, I sent it to him.
Yeah, the moon landing wasn't.
Sorry to bust.
Sorry.
Bubble.
Stanley Kubrick has already admitted to it.
Stanley
I've sent you videos of that.
I can't smoke in this new apartment, so I need to go get like a vape or something.
What the fuck do you got there, fucking Tyler? That's making so much gosh darn noise.
That's not me.
That was me.
I just looked at Tyler and he was moving things around and everything, and I hear like we get something out of
want to do
plastic.
that motion again?
Well,
puts the lotion on its skin. What?
For a second, it looked like he was double fisting a cock. First time he did that.
Oh God!
All right.
Well, he was double fisted. He was dreaming.
Beer float.
Root beer float.
Root beer float. Apple TV has a new show out with Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum called "Fly Me to the Moon." It's about Kubrick from on the moon landing. It looks great.
Yep.
No, I don't think he was inviting you, Skeletor. Man, go jerk off or something. Jeez.
Dutchman's other hand.
That's
If
right.
you're-
Or
long are
see
they-
if
Yeah,
Dutchman-
don't
see
use
if
the
Dutch-
hook. Don't use the hook.
See if you can use Dutchman's wood hand that he can use when he masturbates that he puts on. You know?
I heard that it's already curved like this.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Here's
saying.
my question. How long are they on that rig at a time?
I think he said what's like what 6 months on, 6 months
6
off.
months off, yeah. 6
Yeah.
months on, 6
All
months
right,
off.
now do they have like a rig brothel?
What
Or
the
do they
fuck?
just
Rick
kinda have
brothel.
Or do they just kind of like take care of each other or themselves or what?
See, those are legitimate questions.
You know what? I don't know. That's
Just
something
ask
for
me.
Skeletor to answer. Did
Oh,
they go to
he
the
did.
rail and just fucking?
Fuck no,
I
I
mean,
ain't desperate.
I mean, I think they should at least bring women on.
He says
rig
nope,
every
but that's a
once in
great
while.
idea.
Yeah, but okay, so
Oh, gee,
So,
what's
like twice a month, bring a helicopter full of hookers.
that? Looked
and,
like it was
Crayon
salmon. Was
have
that
them
salmon?
go at it for
Salmon.
2
Salmon
days.
flavor? Salmon?
It don't taste like salmon.
So that looked like it was the salmon
It tastes like pussy.
color.
By the way, I seen some crayons.
Salmon is my new favorite.
I seen some crayons that I was thinking about getting for Wilhite, and they look like those push pot things, except for you twist them.
a Rick
Yeah,
brothel.
you said that earlier, you high motherfucker.
When Wonder Woman was here, she would give it out. Why am I not surprised? Is there a code name for every person on this?
There's
It's-
gotta be. There's gotta be.
There's gotta be. Is there a code name for every? He says yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
Well, we got code names for everybody here, like you're dumbass and millennial, and Wilhite's president of the United States. Kluge is the Kluginator. Bubba is the Bubba.
The bubble.
Dr. Sage is PBR man, and
Brian is boobs.
Brian is Boo.
Boobs. He likes boobs or tripod. Not 'cause he
Try
likes
Sarah.
dick, he's just
AP is mommy.
Bobby.
no. She's death by snoo snoo.
Well, some, yeah, but means she's mommy.
Helicopters with hookers and blow.
There you go. 2 to
Oh.
3 days with hookers and blow.
I'm
and-
sorry. I just realized that there is a gentleman backstage. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I
Ladies
literally
and gentlemen, Aaron Durham.
How we
Aaron
doing, guys?
Durham,
Skeletor from Team. We now have a Skeletor.
welcome
from Team.
aboard, sir.
How we doing?
Doing good. Welcome to the show, Aaron.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so now
Story here for everyone. Aaron here is the guy who has done the tournament for the last couple years to help us raise some funds for beating childhood cancer.
He gets guys together to play with balls.
Yes, sir. We play a girls' game for money,
Yeah,
and we
except you
complain
guys-
about it the whole time.
And you guys hit some balls at that park.
Oh my god!
Had some absolute bombs hit this weekend.
I gotta call in to work.
Fucking
the
right.
next day.
all right,
Hey, that's
so
the best part about it is calling in to work to raise money.
There you go. That's awesome.
all right, so now you were. What was your position with the Wrestling for a Cure softball tournament last weekend? You
I'm
basically-
actually the event coordinator. I put it all together.
right, okay. So you put it all together.
He's the man.
How many teams did you have? Actually, how many teams did you have that were like interested? Compared, like, was it more this year than last year? Because I know last year you guys made bank.
So last year I had about 8 teams. One of the tournaments down in right around the St. Louis area, Bridgeton, Missouri, kind of ruined it. They have a big 6-leg tournament. This year,
Okay.
I thought I was going to bypass that by moving the tournament forward 2 months, and they moved their 6-leg tournament 2 months forward also.
Oh, those bastards!
So
Oh,
this
bad.
year, between that and the economy, I ended up with 5 teams.
That's still not bad.
Not a bad day at all. Great softball, no complaining, which is a surprise coming from a bunch of grown men playing softball.
Were they able to get drunk at the same time?
No, Taylorville's actually a dry field.
Oh, fucking.
We're working on that. We're trying to find loopholes and ways around it because I know it'd draw more teams.
Right.
But I'm either going to be around it by next year, or I'm going to move the event to a bigger field and try to go about 10 times bigger than I did this year. Make it a 2 or 3 day tournament.
Ooh, hey,
seasons.
there's a huge fields over near where I live.
Well, I'm looking at Spartan over in Chatham.
Spartan.
And
You want something that close. You don't want something that far up north.
Yeah, I have a inside to Rotary Park in Decatur as well. Both of them are 4-field complexes.
Oh, there you
And
go.
by next year, Legacy Point should be done right next to Shields in Springfield.
Oh, there you go.
That's actually going to be a 12-field complex.
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
If I can get that, I actually know a lot of guys that play softball professionally that have their names on bats, and I'm going to try to get them up there.
There you go.
Right on.
I play in a big national softball tournament every year in Louisiana,
Ooh.
and all those guys come down. And I mean, when I say a big tournament, we're talking 75 to 100 teams.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
If I can pull that to Legacy Point, Wrestling for a Cure ain't going to have a problem anymore.
No kidding, right?
Not at all.
Go big or go home, it sounds like.
Absolutely. If I'm going to do it, I might as well do it upright. Jason knows I don't half-ass anything.
No, you
Right.
Right on.
So, okay, so now this was your second year.
Yep.
Have you gotten a total yet for how much money you raised this year compared to last year?
So last year, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was right around 2,700 to $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
This year, after payouts and everything, unfortunately, first place didn't donate back like they did last year. But we ended up with $1,450 this year.
That's still
That's still pretty good. That's still good.
That's out of 2 days. The tournament's Saturday. We had a home run derby Friday with 10 hitters. Sorry, Jason, I typed 11 in our conversation. But yeah, $20 a person. That raised $200 itself, and I think we're still waiting on some of those bombs to land.
Yeah, I heard, and it sucks because I love the home run derby. That's just kind of my thing. But there was a surprise sponsor. He does not want his name known, but he wanted to spice it up a little bit, and he donated $100 to whoever won the home run derby. Now, from my understanding, is the guy who won it, he took the belt, claimed the championship, but gave the $100 back for the hospital.
Yeah, the guy that won it didn't even touch the money. Harold was trying to hand it to him. He looked at it, said, "I don't want it. You give it to the hospital." Took the belt, took his pictures, and called it a day.
Nice.
And this year, we've already had 3 people talking about stepping up to challenge for that belt, too. Last year, no one challenged the champion. I did it true wrestling style. I'll see if I can't get the video to Jason. He can actually post the belt so all of you can see it. After the champion, or after the home run derby, anytime until next year's home run derby, anybody can throw $20 to me to go to the hospital, and they challenge the champion for the belt. Whoever shows up next year to the derby gets free entry, and they go automatically to bracket play. They skip pool play. So that belt might change hands 10 times before next season.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had to throw something in their wrestling style.
Yeah, well, you did, and it definitely fits very well with the style in which you're doing it. So, how did you originally come up with this idea of because honestly, it's done very well. 2 years in a row. I mean, you guys have definitely done a good job the past 2 years with the softball tournament.
Thank you.
What made you come up with the idea of mixing the wrestling theme with the softball theme?
Actually, give him the whole story of why you guys switched from what you were doing to us.
All right. Well, I've actually played competitive softball since 2002. So that's always been a passion of mine.
Uh-huh.
This is season 7 or 8, Jason.
It's season 8.
Season 8. So I think I've been involved for 5 years now. Either 4 or 5, I've been helping out with the Wrestling for a Cure show.
Because you did security for a couple years before you actually got involved.
Right. Well, I kept seeing small numbers coming from the I call them small numbers compared to my tournament. Every dollar counts. But
Right.
I knew what I can raise in a tournament and how much I could boost the Wrestling for a Cure. Jason's a brother of mine. I'd do anything for that man. And to see his smile when we handed him that money last year was worth the entire thing. All the pain, everything of playing all weekend. So this was actually a tournament for another little girl that had health problems that we ran for about 4 or 5 years. And it started getting questionable where our money was going. And after 4 or 5 years, we were raising $6,000 to $7,000 a year in the home run derby and the tournament. Weird things start happening like a month or two after we handed them. They were doing stuff that I knew as a family they couldn't afford to do. So it wasn't going to what the little girl needed. She has to go twice a year to Boston. Her spine and rib cage is actually all metal. So as she grows, she has to go and have surgery to have it adjusted.
Oh shit!
Her spine was shaped like, if you stack two S's on top of each other, that's what her spine was like when she was born. So it's very experimental. It's very expensive. She has to spend 2 weeks in Boston 2 to 3 times a year. She would be 9 now, and she's up to 28 surgeries.
Holy shit.
So we're thinking we're doing this noble cause and helping her with all these potential medical bills, making the stay in Boston better for this little girl. And then the last season when we pulled her name off of it, about a month after the tournament. Now, remind you, dad works, mom doesn't. They have this daughter that has to go to Boston 2 or 3 times a year. They actually just had another baby. And a month after the last tournament, we handed them $6,600.
Okay.
2 days after the tournament. A month later, mom, dad, the daughter, or the little girl, and grandma and grandpa all go spend 2 weeks at Disneyland. With the dad being the only one that works, and if anyone knows the Shelbyville area, at International Paper. About a $20 an hour job.
Okay, that
And
doesn't.
we hated to do it, but, well, one, the guy that created that tournament, he moved to Missouri and wanted nothing to do with it, just expected us to put it all together and run it for him, while he took all the credit. So that was a smack in the face to start with, because we weren't mentioned. It was all him, his ego. And then to see vacations being taken the family's never been able to afford before. And it's not just the little girl going with her mom and dad. They're inviting the rest of the family to go on the dime that we raise too.
Yeah.
And come to find out, most of these trips to Boston, the hospital's putting them up in condos. Their food and travel's all paid for. So instead of doing extra things, taking her around Boston, buying her extra stuff, things like that, they take the entire family on vacation and just let Boston pay for the trips to Boston.
So no, wait a minute. Hang on a minute. Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
you were raising all this money, a good amount of money,
Over 5 years, we raised almost $30,000.
and for a very charitable cause.
Absolutely.
And the family started going on these weird trips, like you said, they went to Disney World. They went, and it wasn't just like the mother, the father, the daughter. No, it was like the whole family, like
Right.
grandma, grandpa, and all that. The father doesn't make that much money because it sounds like he works a job that pays $20 an hour, kind of like me, which I can't afford to go to Disney World on $20 an hour.
I make more than $20 an hour, and I can't afford to go take my kids to Disneyland.
Disneyland,
I can't afford to either.
Yeah, Disneyland is a pricey ticket, but then you found out that the Boston hospital was paying for their rooming, was paying for, correct me if I'm wrong, paying for the room and board, paying for some of their expenses. Who was paying for the surgery? Was it a Boston, or was it the money raised from the tournament?
I think it's almost I think Boston has a hospital that's almost like St. Jude's.
Yeah, they do.
That takes care of kids that, like, her condition is so rare. There's only been 3 cases in recorded history of it since it's been discovered. So they operate kind of like St. Jude's. The only thing the family's paying for is the trip there and the trip home from Illinois to Boston.
Huh.
So out of $30,000 in 5 years, you figure maybe
You're getting
maybe
scammed
4
all
or
the
5
hell.
grand of that actually went for the purpose. Dad gets a new car, or the family gets a new car. They go to Disneyland. Where-
Disneyland's $400 per person.
If you do the whole weekend with the hotel and the entrance to all the parks, it is $1,100 a person.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So
I was just saying, just the person to get into Disneyland is $400.
right.
So Aaron comes to me one day and says, "Hey, dude, this is what happened. That whole he'd do anything for me, I'd do anything for him." He goes, "I'm thinking about putting Wrestling for a Cure as the charity that we do it for. What do you say?" Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for my first, let's see, I've been with you 5 years now, helping with Wrestling for a Cure. So the first 3 years, Jason posted proof of himself and the wrestlers handing the money to St. Jude.
Yes.
So when he says 100% goes to that charity, he proved it.
Yeah.
So
that's-
for me, when
that's
I had to
always
switch
fucking
this up, there was 1 year in between. It was the Tinley tournament. If you want to look up Tinley Stokes, you can see the little girl. There was a 1 year gap where we ran nothing. And after my third year of watching Jason and the wrestlers not only do it in the ring and give everything for virtually nothing for themselves, all for Wrestling for a Cure, and then watching Jason hand all this money they raised all year over, when I had to find a new charity to keep softball big in Taylorville and Central Illinois, it was a no-brainer for me where the money was going to go.
Right. Well, and it seems to have, it's worked out very well for you. The transfer, I guess we could call it. I'm looking at some of the photos here that Jason sent. Here is, bring this up a little bigger so everybody can see it properly. And here we go. Now there's the belt. And now who is this gentleman here?
That is Walt Miller. We call him the Cyborg.
And he's the one that won it this year, right?
He's the one that won it.
He's the one.
Fucking bombs.
That is the guy that will give you the entire shirt off his back and probably his pants if you ask him with a smile.
Well,
But
I know that I know there's one audience member who probably take him up on that offer, but
when he clicks it into cyborg mode, that dude is invincible. He is
Dude,
probably one of the best softball players in Illinois.
I saw him.
Do we know
hit,
how far he did hit one? The furthest?
So,
he pinged him past the railroad tracks.
So for those of you that were out there, that building in straight left field, the tan building, we had a guy in softball league hit the top of that building. that was I measured it out with my GPS. That was a 460-foot shot to get it there.
Skeletorches all on his pants.
One that Walt hit, if you go to left center field, you'll see a gray machine shed out there. That's the animal control for Christian County.
right.
So one of his shots landed in the back parking lot of that building.
Oh, shit.
So every bit of 525 to 550, if not more.
Damn, that's insane.
Dude, that is insane.
What he did to Jared Allen in the championship was nothing short of, humiliating for Jared, but humorous for us. Jared ended up with the most home runs on the day. In the semifinals, he hit 7 bombs over the fence. Got up in the finals, hit 2, and Walt whistled while he crushed 3. and just walked off.
Say they were really close in their final points. I think they were only a couple off
Yeah.
in their final points.
Walt only did each match exactly what he had to do to beat his opponent.
Yeah.
Or he would probably still be up there hitting right now if he didn't do that.
Now, how old is this guy? He looks very young.
He's 24, maybe?
24.
Yeah, mid-20s.
He's got shoulder cannons the size of howitzers and a mustache that almost looks like it curls up to boot. This man is a lumberjack.
Yes. He's part of the Amish that come up and play.
Oh, really?
And, he kind of separated himself after they do their, I'm going to mess it up, like Rashmadan or something like that.
Rumspringa.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they go out in the world and decide if they want to be part of the community. He's separated.
See,
But
the funny thing is, though, is that Jared looks like he's the Amish one. With the
Yeah,
glasses.
Jared looks like he's Amish, but then
But yeah, Jared and him were fucking so close in points. It wasn't
Yep.
funny.
Jared just ran out of gas in the championship is all it came down to. He couldn't get under the ball anymore.
It just came under, who had more fuel in the tank, and
Right.
Jared sounds like he didn't have as much fuel.
Jared had been messaging me leading up to the home run derby, talking about how much of an honor it would have been if he could win the home run derby, because Jared, for those that are watching, is also a wrestler. He used to go by Cardini. Great wrestler, but he's always loved helping out. But he wanted this year, so
And I
Motherfucker tanked
so-
out 7 in a row, and then got a fucking calf cramp, and he's the only left-handed
hitter.
Really?
fucking hitter out
Yep.
there, and he got a fucking left leg calf cramp, and he was like, "Oh, this is fucking killing me."
home run derbies are brutal.
And then he fucking tanked out, and this other guy just fucking kept nailing him out. And
So
I was just
before
like, "Fuck."
it was about 2 hours before the derby, I got a message from the captain of one of the teams in it. And they're like, what classes are you allowing in? I mean, softball goes all the way from E, D, C, and then you get up into the pros in B and A. And I'm like, well, home run derbies are open. There's no restrictions to a derby. There's restrictions to the tournament. And all of a sudden I get a message from Walt. Hey, I'll be there at 5:45. And I wanted nothing more leading up to this than Jared to hand Jared that belt, because I knew what it would mean to him.
Right.
Right up until I knew what was going to happen when Walt said he was coming. I've played with this dude for 8 years now. And when I say he just clicks a switch, he goes from laughing and playing to staring a hole through the pitcher and hating softballs. I actually carried one up to him, and he goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "Show me on this ball where they touched you."
Yeah, you said, "Show me on the softball where it hurt you,"
Right.
and I was like, "Oh my god, that's fucking."
Well,
hilarious.
he's got next year. It sounds like there's going to need to be a rematch next year for sure.
Right.
I
Jared
can
better
see
work on that
Jared-
cardio.
I can see Jared challenging him sometime throughout this year.
You can probably do it. The challenge is a lot easier than the derby itself, because you don't have so many rounds. You're not up and down as much. The challenge, they get 5 outs, so they get as many pitches as they want, as many home runs as they want, until they swing at 5 that don't go over the fence.
And now he can challenge him at any time he wanted to, correct? Like he could sit there, like, let's say tomorrow, let's just say hypothetically, he could sit there and say tomorrow, I'm challenging for a rematch. He could do that, right?
Absolutely.
And
The
as
only
many
thing I ask of
times
people,
throughout the year.
the only thing I ask of people is to kind of take it easy on the champ a little bit. I'm not going to wait till he has 5 days of challenges in a row and then throw my challenge down on the 6th one when the dude can't lift his arms anymore.
Right.
You know, I mean, he can accept as many as he wants. If he wants to do one a week, if he wants to do every day, and Walt might actually do it. But when I originally did it last year, I said once a month, just because our champion was all the way north of Peoria. So he was actually willing, if someone challenged him down here, to drive the 2 hours to
Dude.
come down and defend the belt.
That one
See, I
last year,
thought it was home field advantage. The champ got to pick the field.
It usually is. It's really up to the champ. The good thing is the champ last year played 1 day a week in Chatham, which is only about a half hour, 40 minutes from here in Taylorville. Walt said this year that he will drive wherever they want him to defend that belt.
All right.
Now, last year's home run derby, I loved it because I don't remember if it went.
You almost got a couple out of the grass. That was some good hitting.
Hey, I got a few out of the grass. I just didn't make it to the fence. It'd been 8 years since I swung a bat, so I was proud of myself. And then, well, here's the funny part. So somebody told me that they would donate $50 or something like that for every home run that I hit, because I used to be a home run hitter, but those days are long gone.
Right.
So I told Aaron this. I was like, "You believe this smart ass said he'd give $50 in a donation for each home run that hit?"
About time.
I started laughing because I know I wasn't going to hit any. Aaron goes, "Well, wait a minute. He didn't say where you had to be, motherfucker."
We'll put you on second base.
But last year's home run derby, I believe it went 2, if not 3 rounds of sudden death.
Oh, we had 2 matches that did that last year. I had to make up rules for sudden death as we kept going to get it over with.
These guys were absolutely gassed, but they kept tying each other. There's just no quit. And that's what I love about a true athletic sportsman. They, there are other people that be like, "Oh, fuck it, just give up." No, this means something to people because every one of us has been affected by cancer.
Yes.
So these guys literally, they were going up to the plate, and Aaron can back me up here. They were huffing and puffing.
Yep.
There was no giving up. They were swinging for everything.
We may be a bunch of adult children that play men's softball. I mean, they whine and cry. Saturday, they cried because it started raining a little bit. I remember back in my day, if it was a downpour, we were playing as long as there was no lightning.
Right.
We were holding steel bats back then. But these guys were complaining because their shirt was getting a little damp. And it was actually the captain of the team that won it, Capital City Sandbaggers, and Brandon Winkler. He goes, "What are you guys complaining about?" They're like, "It's raining." He's like, "Cool, this is St. Jude's, right? You think you have it worse?" 10 minutes later, the teams were back out there playing again. Yeah, that'd be Brandon in the very middle, the giant hoss that shouldn't be on a knee.
Dude, that guy. There's some big fucking guys that are playing this game. So these are the Sandbaggers, correct?
Yep.
Okay, this is the team that. How long have they been doing this? They won it. How long have they been doing
They've been a team for, I think, 5 years now.
With
the same group of guys.
Okay, what I want to know before we get to anything about this, what the hell is on this guy's shirt here?
Which one?
Oh, yeah, he's got a face on there.
He's talking about Corey.
Oh, Corey Newhoff.
Yeah, and the other guy in the middle, he's got a face on his shirt, too. And the back.
Yeah, I forgot to ask him about the faces on their shirts. About half the team wore them last year.
Yeah.
So I believe that is Peters, the other one with the face on his shirt.
Uh-huh.
They used to be a C team called Dirty Money, and they basically ran Central Illinois. And they all had shirts like that. When we had to play them in state one year because state ran as open format. And yeah, they all had faces like that.
But those guys can hit.
Oh, absolutely.
Those guys can do a lot of things.
So the championship match was actually pretty hilarious.
All right.
Yeah, they hit and steal like motherfuckers.
So the team that came in second, name redacted, bunch of young kids. They play league in Chatham. It was actually 2 league teams put together.
Oh, okay.
They're an E team. Sandbaggers is a D+ team. They've got a couple C players on their team also. Sandbaggers was so in the championship, there's no run rule and no time limit. It goes 7 innings. Sandbaggers was going to be nice. They knew they could demolish these kids when they felt like it. They were just putting up a couple runs, keeping it in the park, ho-humming around. The shortstop for name redacted, maybe 19, 20 years old, started mouthing him. And it went beyond the playful banter to almost "I want to fight you" mouthing.
So this other team, the team's actual name is name redacted?
Yes.
Okay, this other team, they're a bunch of like high school, college kids that
Yes.
don't know any. Okay.
Still wet behind the ears.
Yeah.
So the big guy, the tall guy in the middle with the face on his shirt.
So like Cooley.
Looks like fucking Randy Ray without the hair. Or fucking, as we know him now, fucking Micah Pope.
Yeah, and he came up to the plate after this kid mouthed in the bottom half of the inning. laced the line drive off the kid's wrist. Just an absolute piss missile. Yeah, if you run your mouth on the field, there it is. You do pay for it, especially when you're mouthing the big bad wolf in the tournament. And then they proceeded to put up 17 runs while hitting 8 bombs.
Oh my god!
And ended it in 4 innings instead of letting them play 7 just for fun.
They literally were just like, "Oh, all right, you want to talk shit? Time to nut up or shut up. Let's go."
Yep. Game over.
Yeah, no shit. Imagine that. Chatham kids talking shit. Things never change.
We were all hyped for those Chatham kids because they took out 2 teams that they had no right beating. Like, they rallied together. They fought hard through the losers bracket. And, but then that one kid wanted to run his mouth the wrong way to the wrong person.
I know what team you're talking about.
Yeah, and that cost them. It sounds like it just goes to show you if you start running your mouth, you never know that you might sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm getting in his head playing those mind games." No, you might be fueling a fucking fire, and that's what happened.
Yep. Yeah, there's probably 2 other teams out there that could keep up with sandbaggers if everything went right.
Now, who
Redacted was not one of them.
Who won last year with the tournament?
Last year was Diamond Divas.
Huh?
Was it no? No, Crush won it. So last year, Walt played with Crush. The home run derby champion played with Crush.
Right.
This year, he moved up to a C player. He's playing with a team called FOE that is basically owning Central Illinois and Missouri right now.
Oh, really?
Now, how come girls don't play?
So, well, a lot of us guys, and it's nothing sexist, anything like that, we have a mental trouble in a co-ed. We don't play co-ed. A lot of us just plainly don't because of the size of us. That ball's coming off the bat at 90 to 100 miles an hour. We know what it would do to us if we were to hit a woman with one of those balls coming off.
Oh, yeah.
We've carted grown men off the field that took one to the face, took one to the chest.
Oh.
If we did that to a woman, we'll probably retire.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe if you guys did it to where it was the men having their own tournament bracket and the women had their own tournament bracket.
Well, we used to have a Taylorville league, but the insurance has gotten so high. Even with our league and to cover all these tournaments, we do it all under one umbrella. We don't have enough teams in the league to actually cover the cost. Me and the president are paying out of pocket for a little bit of it every year.
Gotcha.
The women's insurance is another $1,500 higher than our insurance. And we reached out. I was actually at one of the park board meetings when the president and vice president of the former women's league came in, and they had X amount of dollars left in the bank from their league, and they were just donating it to the park. Well, I had a conversation with them, like, you ever thought about getting this started? And they're like, 1, it's too much of a headache. You can't put that many women in a competition that refined or that small of a space and expect anything good to happen. Their words. And then just the insurance cost.
That I don't know that you guys could fucking hit one of their pitches.
Huh?
I don't know that one of you guys could hit one of their pitches.
I'll take that challenge. There's a bunch of guys out. We all grew up as baseball players and stuff. We're just old now.
Yeah. You're just old now. Okay, I get it.
Give us time to change from a ball going 8 miles an hour to 50, and we might be good.
All right,
coming cold, they might get me.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Coming out cold, they might get me.
Now, is
Good
wrestling
Lord.
for a cure the only tournament you run, or do you run other tournaments as far as?
I'm generally event coordinator for 2. So I'll do the Wrestling for a Cure anywhere from May to June or May to July. And then in October, we always run a draft tournament called the Big Boy Bash.
The Big Boy Bash. Now, what's that consist of?
We normally go out to the big field at the main park here in town, where it's 325 to the corners and 400 straight away. And do it draft style. We picked the last time we did it, we had 3 captains, showed them the pool of players, and they drafted their teams. And then we went out there and had a tournament.
Nice.
This year, we're actually going to do it on the same fields this tournament was on, because the park's going through some renovations and stuff right now, so you don't have access to the big field.
So you're going to do your next tournament's going to be in Taylorville, and that's the one in October, the draft tournament?
The next one that I'm coordinating, yes.
Okay.
We do have one coming up the 29th, but it's a one of our longtime players in the league has a friend of the family that went through some pretty severe surgery. He wouldn't specify it, besides the fact he had parts of 6 organs removed.
Ooh.
So I'm guessing cancer would be my guess. But yeah, he was wanting to run a benefit for him. So I got with the park, set the date, and got him all the paperwork he needed to fill out. And from here on out, it's all on him to run.
Wow.
I'm actually going to play in that one.
Wow.
One of these years, I'll play in a Wrestling for a Cure tournament.
I'm about to say, Jay, you should get some of the wrestlers to form their own league and play in this tournament.
We talked about that a little last year, because with the Tinley tournament, the last year I ran it, we actually had 2 Tinley Troops teams.
Right.
Of just their family, friends, players, and all that came together.
Hey, don't count on me. I haven't swung a bat since I was in fucking T-ball. So
same here. I have not swung a bat since elementary school. So
Oh no, you swung that Singapore cane against Tyler a while back.
I could swing a fucking cane, but I mean a bat.
There's a huge difference, and I'll tell you, like I said, when I did the home run derby last year, it'd been 8 or 9 years since I swung a bat, but I did it just for the fun of it and the cause. But I also knew my chances.
My chances don't look good for running bases either. I only run whenever I got ropes bouncing off of.
Oh, they laugh at me in the league because I almost get thrown out every base I go to. And they're like, one of these days we're going to get you. I'm like, hey, I run exactly as hard as I have to. You'll never get me out. No more, no less.
I've got horrible knees, so
my luck.
Sliding shit, my shoulders are fucked. I don't slide. So
luck. I try running into a base.
I'm gonna get tagged out. I'm gonna get tagged out, or I'm tackling somebody. One or the other.
My luck. I'm not the one who, when I'm running a base, I'm not gonna get tagged out. I'm getting tackled out because chances are, the person on first base would be somebody that knows me. So it'd be Sage, Wilhite, Kluge, Gibbons, or somebody that's just like, oh, this puny ass fucking white boy. Oh, I'm gonna fucking fly his ass. Boom!
I haven't owned a glove. I haven't owned a glove in probably 30 years.
Dude, I haven't swung a bat since elementary school, so
I have baseball bats, but they've all been turned into zombie bats. So they got spikes and fucking saw blades coming out of them.
Sounds like a hardcore match setup.
Tackle softball.
Hop on that,
you don't want to get hit with those. I could swing one of those, and a fucking softball's gonna get stuck in them.
All right, so your next tournament for Wrestling for a Cure is going to be next year. This is a yearly thing, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe that possibly the Best Damn Podcast could broadcast a little bit from there, perhaps? Because I know you have a lot of players and a lot of, it seems like you get a lot of people, and you've had 2 years to show you get a lot of people. Do you mind if we broadcast from there next year, maybe interview some of the players and all that stuff? I mean, I don't know if you'll allow us to broadcast the actual tournament itself, but just interview some of the players.
Oh, have at it, man. We'd love to have you.
Right. Anything to help support and, spread the word about the tournament, because we would love to see Wrestling for a Cure we'd love to see this tournament do very, very well. And so far, it sounds like you guys have been doing very, very well, so you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get it up to at least where the Tinley was before we stopped it, where we had, 2 food trucks, Kona Ice. The local place we had inflatables from closed down now, but we had, the bounce house, the slide. We had inflatable axe throwing, which I had to go over and check that out.
I'm sorry, inflatable axe throwing?
You heard it right. Yeah, I had to go see that one just for the name. It's for kids. It's kids. It's a kids game.
Okay.
It's an inflatable, and the axes are basically like heavier blown up balloons with Velcro on them.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, they throw it at a Velcro target.
Could you imagine having this tournament like a mini carnival?
Mind even promoting?
We could set up a wrestling ring.
Well, I talked to you about that this year, but we didn't get the turnout, and this year sucked.
Yeah.
Leading up to this just sucked for all of us. But yeah, we used to have, we would have 1,000 people come through that had nothing to do with softball. They would come through, check out the food trucks, let their kids play on the inflatables, check out our silent auctions, watch a little softball, and have a good day out there. We had enough people coming in and out of there. I had to have 3 off-duty officers out there.
Imagine having a couple days of a big-ass softball tournament with all that going on.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do
that would be getting into the numbers of actually Wrestling for a Cure paying for the hospital for a day.
Heck, we had fireworks at the last Tinley Troops after the home run derby. I got a guy from Pana came over and donated fireworks and put on a little show for us.
Wow.
I mean,
do you think that the reason it wasn't as big a turnout this year as compared to previous years was because of the date, or
I think it was a big mixture of everything. Like I know me and Jason for sure couldn't put our heart into it like we did the year before, with all the advertising, sponsors, stuff like that. A lot of people I know in the softball community have been hit hard this year in several different aspects of life. You have the general shape of the economy where $300 isn't something you just hand away to go play softball.
Right.
And then, like, I know I would have had 5 more teams this year if Bridgeton BMAC hadn't moved this tournament forward to right when I was having mine.
Also,
And-
there was another tournament going on at the same time as your tournament.
Yeah, that 6-leg tournament that happened last year with Wrestling for a Cure that kept 4 teams from coming. You know, I had it figured out. It runs June till a week after 4th of July, 6 weeks. I'm like, cool, I'll move this tournament up to May. Well, I found out that the week of my turn last weekend was the 4th leg of the tournament. They had moved theirs forward too. And it's completely coincidence. They don't care about my tournament. I don't care about their tournament. Because out of pure coincidence, I think they were trying to beat the heat of summer. And they just landed on the same weekends.
Right.
So next year, first thing I'm doing is getting a hold of the guy that sets BMAC up and finding out when their 6th leg is.
Yep. Well, hopefully, I think you guys do. I mean, I think it's a great tournament. I love the look out of it. You guys have been doing it for a while. You guys definitely you guys definitely been killing it as far as I'm concerned. I say this, any year you guys are making money for it, any year you guys having a good turnout, you guys are still, that's a good year. So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, no matter how many teams got in it, it was running this year, period.
Yeah. I would love for our show to maybe broadcast out there, interview some of the players, interview the winner of the home run of the tournament and the home run derby and all that stuff, and maybe interview you live on the air, and maybe we can get that worked out.
You can ask Jason. I'm a hard person to catch when that tournament's running.
That's totally fine. Maybe before or something. Maybe we can record something. But
Tyler,
yes,
you've been to Wrestling for a Cure. You see what happens when the show starts and what I'm doing.
You're gone.
So softball tournament with him, same situation.
Yeah, yep. I rarely see Will Height. When we go to Wrestling for a Cure and broadcast there, you don't see Gibbons and you don't see Will Height, but every once in a while I catch a glimpse of them and they're just flipping me off and then they're just running away.
Right.
But who do you find?
Yeah,
Sage.
Kind of mad I didn't hit my $10,000 goal I was wanting to hit this year. Bodine said I could powerbomb him through a table if I did. I was going to recruit 2 people to help me lift him.
Tyler Bodine.
I probably could have just done it for you.
I mean, I might be able to get him up. It's been a few years since I powerbombed anybody.
So you used to wrestle back in the day as well?
Not to the extent these guys did with an official ring and stuff. I mean, it was backyard around here in Taylorville. A little bit whenever New Midwest first started out in Kincaid.
Right.
I did a little bit there. But then work and family took me, got married, had kids, got taken away from it. Like we had a gym mats on the ground in a kid's backyard. If you guys know Brandon Clayton. And our top rope was a 4-foot pedestal we built out of 2x4s and plywood. That when someone climbed up it, there were 2 people behind it holding it up. Yeah, it was fun while I did it. I wish I could have done it longer, but duty called with family.
It's understandable.
hang on a sec. I gotta be right back. You guys gonna keep it going. I gotta check something real quick.
Yeah, he's got to go piss. He's breaking the
No, I got
Check the bladder.
Okay.
No, I got a notification for my security camera.
Uh-oh.
Is Jose breaking into his shit again?
Oh, did Jose bring him some gummies?
He might have brought him some gummies. Who knows?
Unless it's Kermit driving up and down the street with his John boat.
With the fucking boat on the lawnmower again.
Uh-huh.
That was a great
video of that. Some guy, Tyler showed a video that of some guy just going right by his house on a lawnmower.
Skeletor. What the fuck is that? Skeletor from Temu.
Hey, when you got to go fishing, you got to go fishing. There's a Cavalier here in Taterville that drags their boat out to the lake.
A Cavalier?
Cavalier.
Is it a big boat or
bass boat?
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Right. I kept trying to talk the guy into buying a pontoon boat just so I could video it.
Swiping Tyler's lawn gnome. Somebody taking the other Skeletor? What the fuck?
Skeletor from Temu?
All right, I'm back. We have a second Skeletor in here.
I will say this: the second Skeletor is using the one from the actual He-Man movie. That's kind of neat. Skeletor, you're still my boy, though.
I don't know. Say what, Cooley?
No, I said I hope there's not two Skeletors because the one scared me off.
Yeah, one's enough. We don't need a second one in here. All right. Well, I got no more questions for Aaron. It sounds like it's a pretty damn good, sweet system he's got going on for his softball, his tournament and all that stuff. And hopefully next year we can broadcast, and we'll of course, publicize it and make sure that you get the name out there for it.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, sir.
I had to knock on wood, but next year cannot be as bad as starting off as what this one did. That would have made a huge difference in turnout and all that.
Absolutely.
As you guys know, life kicked my ass for about 3 months straight.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to do anything. And Aaron had because Aaron, you guys don't know, is involved in a lot of different business. And he's literally going to take tier 3 of something that we're both working on, which will be a really huge thing for us, which could open a lot of other doors.
Probably by about the end of June, end of July.
Yeah. But in the process of doing that kind of took away. So when you added that up, it was just a fucking bad mixture.
And I'm a corrections officer on top of it.
Okay.
So imagine all the fucking overtime he's got to work because I don't know. The prisons might empty soon because they won't lock people up. So he might have free time.
They end up with us eventually. It's just a matter of time.
Oh,
usually for longer than they would have. They just would have set them the first time. Because now they've got 4 or 5 charges on them.
All right, so I got to talk about this real quick. This is breaking news, actually. So last week it was announced that the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight had been delayed because Tyson had a flare-up with an ulcer.
Yep.
Bullshit.
They have officially got a new date.
I know it's in November.
Right here it is. It is November 15th. I actually wanted to live stream. They put it off because Tyson had a health issue on an airplane. I guess he's got ulcerative or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Ulcerative colitis.
Yeah, and it flared up on him. So,
well, did you hear who stepped up to try to keep the same June 20th date?
I've heard so many sources, and one of them I hope is not true. Which one are you talking about?
Roy Jones Jr.
Okay, I've heard Roy Jones Jr. That'd be a good one.
He actually said, "I'm started training once I heard the news about Tyson. I hope to get the June 20th date so I can shut Paul up for him."
It was supposed to be July 20th.
Or July 20th, sorry.
Yeah, I've heard I've heard that one. I've also heard Logan Paul wants to fight Jake Paul, which I don't really care about.
As long as one of the two get knocked out, I'm happy.
Yeah, as long as one of the two ends up on a stretcher, I I'm happy either way. But that is the final execution date. Like Jake Paul against what? Roy Jones. That's the one they want. Roy Jones. That's the one who wants to challenge Jake Paul.
Yeah, he was wanting to keep it the same July date, but I haven't heard officially if they're going to do it or not.
I would hope that does become official. But,
so if you remember, the very first Jake Paul fight, Tyson and Roy Jones were the headliner of that.
Yes, they were. They were. You're absolutely right. But as much as I'd love to see that, I still want to see Tyson just destroy this little punk.
Oh, he's going to murder him.
It's not
going to be a boxing match.
No. I mean, even at, I don't know how old he is, like what, 50, 55 or 50?
54, I believe.
He's 54, yeah. He still looks like a fucking Greek god. Like, he looks like a god of war still. And you got Jake Paul, who, I got this shitty ass beard.
Well, and he makes all the rules to help him out. Like, originally it was supposed to be no knockouts.
Yeah, they wanted no knockout. They wanted headgear. And Tyson threatened to walk away from that shit.
Yeah, that's all been canceled. It's straight up going to be a boxing fight.
Well, you know why Jake Paul wanted all those protections, don't you?
Tyson's going to kill Jake Paul.
Jake Paul started making fun of Tyson's daughter.
Oh.
You didn't know that, Tyler? Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. God, why did you have to get to do the Acapulco Gold?
Not only did you have to fight this monster, then you poked the bear.
You don't sit there and
then
say,
you get your fake tattoo of his tattoo on your face.
I know he got the tattoo recently. Yeah, he made fun of the tattoo. You don't go up to King Kong, punch him in the nuts, and accept it to go down. No, he's gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, Tyson's exact words were, "This just went from a boxing match to a murder."
This is gonna be a murder. This is gonna be a murder.
Tyson's gonna end his career.
Dude! What the fuck was that?
That was a nice picture.
Oh, it's a girl. I thought it was a guy from in there. Like, what the fuck?
That's Jordan Grace. Oh, yeah.
That's Jordan Grace. That's who it is.
Yeah.
Put it this way, the stuff in the basement. Is 420 even? Yeah, it's 420. How are you feeling? Are you still with us? Are you still on planet Earth?
Haven't been on planet Earth since fucking Wednesday morning.
Since Ryan made the freaking challenge.
Great googly moogly.
If you don't know, Aaron, 420.
I went from the galaxy where Star Wars is to the galaxy where not Okana, what's her name?
Aaron, if you don't know what happened, 420
Ahsoka, where Ahsoka is in half the time that it took Thrawn to get there.
Okay.
If you're a Star Wars geek, you know.
He made the Kessel Run in 4 parsecs.
I did it in 2.
2. Aaron's just sitting there like, what is this guy doing? What happened? So 420 got some Acapulco Gold.
Nice.
And
Mexican weed.
Yeah. $10 to smoke it. And immediately, as soon as Will Height said, who wants to pay a donation for Ryan in the chat, I'll do it for science. He wasn't. The money hadn't been donated,
and he already did it.
He was already hitting
pre-rip, as he called it.
How to do a pre-rip?
You got a pre-game.
Yeah.
Make sure the stuff's working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His shit went to plaid real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went to plaid.
You got to go for that Afghan orange or that Hawaiian purple hair.
You see, I got it free, so.
Oh, sorry, old school stoner here. So.
Right.
It's fine. Yeah.
Our great friend of the show, Jose, sent me some. So.
He got some of that Acapulco Gold.
Yeah, this
some
is
of that.
Real good Mexican shit.
I mean, if you want to go for it, just go get you a Thai stick. And then get back on the podcast in like a month whenever you sober up.
Yeah. I've seen a TikTok of that. I'm like, I need to go to Taiwan.
Last I knew, you could actually order them to be shipped over.
Let's see. Corey
Nah,
said
When I was in high school, I actually had a buddy whose dad was stationed in Taiwan, and he sent 2 home to us.
Ooh.
And I don't
Oh.
remember that month.
Corey said Tyson was on the Joe Rogan Experience recently before, and he was chubby, smoking pot all the time. Then he came back after he started training for his last fight. He was back in fighting shape. Said he was trained to kill. Joe Rogan said, "Damn, what happened?" He said, "I turned the switch in. I'm in kill mode." Gonna be a funeral. Gonna be a funeral.
Yeah, he was out of shape there for a while. I wish I could just flip that switch.
Yeah, no
Right?
shit. No
Get an
shit.
8-pack, 26-inch pythons,
He
and the
was,
stamina of a freaking freight train.
He was a little chunky monkey there for a little bit on the first Joe Rogan podcast, and then he was smoking that not Tupac, but the Snoop Dogg shit, and then he was all like getting ready for these fights and shit, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna train, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be in better.
I'm gonna be better."
And then he comes back and he's just like fucking completely ripped.
Well, even if you look at that Roy Jones Jr. fight, I was watching it, and I'm like, man, Tyson has let himself go. He was huffing and puffing by the 4th round, and
Yeah.
they're only running 2 or 3 minute rounds in that exhibition.
Let's see.
And then you see his fucking training videos, and it's just like, what the fuck did Tyson do?
I still don't want to get hit by that dude.
No.
No.
I'll say it right now. I'll donate $1,000 to Wrestling for a Cure to anyone that takes one right hook.
You know what? If you can get him set up, I'll take a right hook from Tyson for wrestling. I do it for Wrestling for a Cure. Yeah.
I do it.
Life insurance and everything paid up.
Tyson gonna eat Jake Paul like a T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
I do
Is
it.
there?
As long as I get to hit him.
No. I won't even hit him. Just like sir.
I want to hit him too. I mean,
Well, look, one of the guys at work was passing this thing around. He's like,
let me get my arm healed first.
one of these kids at work was asking everybody, he's like, $10 million to stand in the ring with Tyson for 3 minutes. Would you do it? I'm like, absolutely. He's like, you don't have a chance. I'm like, motherfucker, I can run for 3 minutes.
Right? You didn't say that I had to win. You just said that I had to be in the ring for 3 minutes.
You didn't say that I even had to let him connect.
Right?
No.
I'm running laps around that motherfucker.
No, you're not.
I'm trying to see because I know
Not for
that
3 minutes. Ain't none of us sticking around for 3 minutes in the ring for Mike Tyson.
I know Roy Jones recently posted a training video of him training up for Tyson. I saw it the other day.
Hey, wait a minute. I fought Mike Tyson once.
Yeah, in a video game.
Yeah, called Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Or it was just called
Never
Punch
mind
Out.
No, it was Super Punch Out.
Yeah, Super Punch
Well,
Out.
remember, it originally was Mike Tyson's. And
Yep.
then
Yes, it was.
they put the rape charge. And then they went and changed all of it, and it became Super Punch Out. And Tyson went to, like, Sandman, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, because it originally had his signature on the front of the cartridge.
Yeah, I used to have the original Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and then I also had the Super Punch Out.
Let's see.
Wasn't there one on Game Boy or?
Yep, there it is.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out. There it is.
Yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
That was back before the lawsuit, before the charges.
That's a collector just because of it.
Now, do you have the actual or the other one?
No, I don't. The other one's actually harder to find than the original.
Hey, you know what? I would love if we can make this happen. If we could get some donations to see fucking 420 and Bubba smoke with Joe Rogan and Tyson after the fight. Because Joe Rogan be smoking some big boy shit.
Dude, Joe Rogan,
Let's go, Bubba.
Tyson, and Joey Diaz. Those three.
I want to do his mushroom trips. The shit that he talks about.
The mushroom trips I don't know about, you know.
All
Never
I
done
want
that.
to know is
Better than doing acid.
all I want to know is I want to have my dream smoking session with Snoop, RVD,
and Willie.
Willie.
I'm about to say.
Jesus, dude.
No, that was an
I
arcade
will
game called
say
Punch Out
I
before
have
Tyson's game.
smoked with Afro Man.
You smoked with Afro Man.
Yes.
All right, so
Alcohol bullshit.
I gotta ask because nobody's mentioned a single thing. Who'd want to smoke with Cheech and Chong?
Oh, fucking right, I would.
I would smoke with
I
Cheech and
would.
Chong.
Absolutely.
Now, I've smoked with fucking Violent J and Shaggy, but I feel like that, like most people probably already have. But
I'm pretty sure if I was to smoke with Cheech and Chong, it'd be literally like the same time I smoke with AP. But you know what? It's an honorable death. I'd take it.
Well, I did share a beer with Vinnie Paul and Sandman.
Let's see,
Not
Corey
very
said this. Apparently, this is Mike Tyson's
Sounds good.
gummy.
I also kept Sabu from going to jail.
I remember
This
you
is-
saying that story before. That was pretty cool.
This is Tyson's apparent weed gummy. Mike Tyson.
Yeah, yeah, I've actually seen that in fucking stores.
That's what the actual gummy looks like.
That's absolutely true.
See, you know what sucks? All these in my area, all these name brand, I call them name brands, just for lack of a better
Good,
term,
Brian.
of, you know, or celebrity gummies and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say God.
Not one of them has them. And I only got onto the Snoop Dogg gummies because they're out of mine, and that's the only one that had the same price. So
I've also smoked with fucking not RVD but Billy Gunn and Road Dogg.
you could tell those guys were freaking stoners back in the day.
Brian says he choose RVD and Godfather. There's somebody I haven't heard from in a while in
Yeah,
wrestling.
Pimpin'
But,
easy.
Godfather's
I,
always
uh,
to smoke with.
The
I
pot
also
store
have
that
smoked
is in Verdon actually has
Skeletor
a,
with you.
the pot store in Verdon actually has the Mike Tyson bites.
I'm about to try these out. I didn't know these existed until Corey and Will Height said them. Skeletor says, I'm ashamed you ain't smoking with Skeletor. Motherfucker, I ain't smoking with you because Lord knows what the fuck would happen.
I would love to smoke.
Skeletor
Oh,
would
you
rape
can
you.
if you want.
Skeletor would rape you.
Do, 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 do.
I sort of smoked with Willie. Well, the whole amphitheater had a haze of weed smoke when Willie played.
But
Right.
hey,
So I've got to
Yeah.
ask Jason. Every year I get in one of these stupid challenges to raise money for the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't do them. I'm usually a big donator to them. I think the last one I did was shot collar karaoke,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
which I heard's already been done this year.
One of
Yeah, what other stupid thing are we doing, bud?
next weekend,
Friday.
the
next Friday,
Whack-a-millennial.
Whack-a-millennial.
Let me bring up. Let me see if I can't find the video we're basing this off of. We're doing a fire sale next Friday. I gotta find the video we're basing it on. Shit, where?
So have you ever successfully been able to get someone to get tased by the police or shot with a beanbag?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I can talk to the chief here in town.
I gotta go.
Well, fucking
Tased
hell.
by the police or shot by a. Oh,
This is something we
Oh my
talked about.
God.
It's been,
I
what,
just
4
went to the
seasons
big-
now we've talked about this one?
Well, we had a cop that
Hey,
was willing to finally
Jay.
pay somebody for us, but the problem is getting people to actually commit to doing shit. We got a real bad problem making a challenge, and then it takes fucking a month, 3 months, or 4 months, and by then you have people that donate that don't want to donate because it takes too fucking long.
Right.
Jay.
We got what? Oh, what is that? What have you got?
I have this new burner.
Well, I mean, we could set it up I could put it out to the public here in Taylorville and, watch someone get tased or shot with a beanbag up on the square.
Again, that is You got to have the person to do it, and they can't be a bitch about it. And
That's all I need is the person to do it.
right, this weekend ain't gonna work. We gotta have to move for this weekend, or always coming up. That's my biggest pet peeve when we do challenges. Is if you do a challenge, you gotta do it.
Yeah, that's why we normally do the fire sales, because we do it here.
All right, somebody just ripped one.
That would be Acapulco.
There it is. I found it.
It is.
There's
We usually, on this show, we usually do the fire sales. That's what we do.
I had a
because
little bit left in the bowl I had to do.
We were on a show that kept doing the challenges, and the host of that show decided to write a check that he expected myself, Kluge, and 422 cash. But the problem was that host was going to Texas for a month, and he wasn't going to be in town, and it was right before I moved, so he really put us in a bind with that one. So that's why we do the fire sales more, because it's easier. We can do it here. We can get it done. Ain't nobody waiting on it. It's like, pay $10. Okay, I'm getting tased while trying to sing. What was that fucking song that I hated? Which song? More like, I'm trying to find that.
I don't know. I had quite a few good ones a couple years ago for Shot Caller.
Let's see.
Like 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh yeah.
Informer by Snow.
Yep.
Songs that nobody can either keep up with or even pronounce the words to.
And that's when JD made a donation for Truck Thompson to sing Twista.
Yep.
And Truck just said, fucking shock me for the 3 minutes. I can't keep up.
I think the worst one was Robbie singing Like a Virgin.
Hold on, cops are near here.
What?
Who was that sitting in the chair when Robbie was singing Like a Virgin and dancing on him?
Oh, he was dancing on Tim.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the video we're basing it on, but I cannot.
Like
find
nothing's
it.
more creepy than watching Robbie rub on himself while rubbing on another man singing Like a Virgin.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! What?
They got this dude that has his pants down to his ankles trying to run away from the cop.
What are you watching?
What are you doing?
He's probably looking out his fucking door.
Wrong channel.
Looking out my window.
Shit, my porn popped up.
You gotta remember I'm in the meth capital of Illinois, so
Oh no, Taylor will challenge you for that one.
that peeking.
You guys gonna go outside with me? We'll have a cigarette.
That's fine. Well, I'm going to find this one. Then we're probably going to do Ask Dr. Sage, or you guys just want to do Ask Dr. Sage next Wednesday because it's
So-
already 9:30.
Yeah, we just need to do Dr. Sage another night because we've been going 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I think it's about time for us to wrap it up. So I cannot find the video that we were basing this off of, but here is the same guys, and this is one of the things they're doing. I'm thinking about doing this as well next Friday. This is what we're trying to do.
You didn't type
That's gotta suck.
This reminds me of the time I got to pay Jimmy.
I think blindfolded would make this even better.
Yeah.
No, they are blindfolded.
On one of these, I think he actually breaks the.
It's the last wing. Yes.
I wanted to find what
That's not the kazoo in the box one.
Yeah,
we
I'm
did have
looking
the
for that
kendo
one.
stick battle between all the Gorkos brothers.
The kendo stick battle.
Oh,
Oh, that sounds interesting.
I don't know, Troy. Did you ever take one? I know Chris took a couple. We're throwing money at them to hit each other with kendo sticks.
I know I got hit with some, but
Okay. Kind of lost momentum when I said time for a steel chair.
oh yeah, I've done that too.
He's still going at that Acapulco Gold. Jesus Christ.
Did you call us Gorkos brothers?
I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
Jerkus.
Jerkus.
Jerkis.
The Stone guy got it correct before anybody else.
That's what I was about to say.
I go by the spelling.
Why does who look like you, Skeletor?
Well, technically, back in the day, the last name was actually pronounced Yorkus.
So see,
yeah.
I was close to the original. I just threw a G
Yeah.
in front of it.
Yeah, that's right. Corey's right. We also did a waxing. I had a whole. Oh, God.
We're actually related to
Jet jerks.
the Prince Yorgi.
Gotcha.
From back in
Well-
Romania and Hungary.
Well, you
Hungry.
pronounce Tyler DeWitt as dumbass. Ba-dum-bum.
How stoned are you right
Because it's
now?
a Hungarian
Right.
last name. And Hungary is close to Romania, so yeah.
Stone, how are you?
Do you guys notice he's talking to himself over there?
I was talking to you or whoever was asking for me.
And we lost Aaron. Shit. Skeletor wants to know how much for Sage to powerbomb Tyler.
Which one?
Now we fight up.
All right, here comes Aaron back.
It said
All right,
$1.
Cooley power bombs Tyler. So Tyler versus Tyler in a power bomb.
So you can be powerbombed the hardest.
See if the millennial whore can't get the Gen Zer.
I'll
Yeah,
power
no.
bomb either which one of them. I don't
Yeah,
give a
while
shit.
we're doing the whack-a-mole thing, the whack-a-millennial next week, no cups. No, we wearing cups. I didn't wear a cup when Kluge fucking stomped my nuts with his boot.
Oh Jesus!
Well, last
Steel
month,
toed.
yeah,
Steel toed boot, yeah.
a couple months
That
ago,
was such a great video.
a couple months ago, I had a full-fledged beard, like about as long as not as long as Sage's, but it was long. And we ended up doing a fire sale, $10 donation. You choose where, and we waxed a part of the beard.
Nice.
Corey had the worst one possible. The widow's peak.
I thought the worst one was on your gooch.
The gooch was bad. The inner thigh sucked horribly. But the widow's peak brought me to tears. I was actually crying
Well,
at that point.
we do have a TikTok of said waxing. So if you go to the Best Damn Podcast one, you will see that video.
Hell yeah!
Let's see here. See if I can bring it up real quick, and then we'll get the hell out of here.
Skeletor
I got
wants he wants Sage to powerbomb me for cheating on him. Skeletor, I'm not cheating on you.
Say, Skeletor, I think for him to be cheating on you, you two got to be together.
And you can share way.
Where?
Yeah, remember he swings both ways, so
I gotta remember, where is the one with?
maybe you can get Tokyo Mo back for a night.
I can't help the fact that the girl's hot.
Well, yeah, I did see a picture of Tokyo Mo. She was pretty hot.
Do we actually?
Tokyo Mo is pretty hot
Okay.
too.
420.
Adam's apple and all.
I don't
She
know.
she even sent me a voice message to Facebook.
Tokyo Mo did.
Yeah, she said, When I get stateside, I love you all night long for $5.
Whoa.
I'm like, okay. I said, how about a handshake and a place to sleep overnight? She said, good deal.
Wait, said a handshake and a place to sleep.
Apparently, it's somebody who works at an oil rig. Skeletor, who's in the chat room, works at an oil rig. And she said she doesn't speak English. How do you know?
She
Skeletor works on
She
an
knew
oil
enough English to ask me a question.
Skeletor works on an oil rig.
How do you guys?
And most of the guys on this oil rig apparently watch us, I guess. And we've learned that half of them they don't even use their real names. They use fake names.
Yes. He-Man, Skeletor,
Dutchman.
Dutchman,
What
He-Man.
was He-Man, Tokyo Mo, which
Tokyo Mo.
Raven.
English not good.
Raven. Who else is there? Hey, Skeletor, name another person that works on the rig.
That you haven't already.
Name another person that works on the oil rig, man. Another nickname.
Their nickname. We can care less about their real name right now.
Your mom?
They said your mom.
Fuck you, dude.
Well,
Jackass.
he ain't wrong.
Mama DeWitt.
Jackass.
Hey, here's some news for you.
His mom is pretty cool mom.
I don't like the Lakers because of dipshit. But the LA Lakers
Kobe
are
Bryant?
reportedly opening their checkbook for an offer to Dan Hurley, who is the coach of UConn, reportedly being in excess of $100 million for him to be their coach.
What?
It's supposed to be like a 10-year.
Has to be.
It doesn't say the years, but they're saying in excess of $100 million. So I know he's getting roughly about $10 million a year at UConn.
Ooh, right on.
There's also Terminator Security.
Terminator who's security?
Who could it be now?
Well, I got nothing else to talk about tonight. What about you guys? It's going on 10 o'clock. We got to get out of here.
10 minutes away from 3 hours. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good. Let's get final thoughts.
Yeah,
get everything ready.
Yeah, we didn't get to Dr. Sage.
We'll get to Dr. Sage on Wednesday.
But the cool thing is, even though I'm sad about that, the cool thing is we did get to learn more about the baseball wrestling career cures. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Well, that's
Thank you, guys.
Aaron, you want to stick around for our final thoughts?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, let's start with.
So nonchalant. Yeah, I might as well.
So he's like, yeah, sure, I'll grace you with my presence some more. Let's start with Bubba. What's your final thoughts, man?
My final thought is that Tyler is the #1 fan of the Twilight movie.
I'm going to kick him off the show. Kluge, take him back to the show that he came from. We don't want him.
He kicked you off.
Jackass. All right. Chat room, get your final thoughts in as well.
Good night, Sarah.
Good night, Sarah. Cooley.
Good night, Sarah. Yeah.
What's your final thought? That means you talk.
Are you
Come
even
on, give me a
fucking
second,
in there?
jackass.
He's thinking about the final thought.
He's thinking about the titties that he missed out on the other night.
You know what?
No comeback.
All right, so after all that, my final thought is plain and simply, I hate it here.
Bullshit.
Oh,
You hate it
bullshit.
here. No, get out. You do not.
You already told us you love it here.
I do.
All right, let's go with Sage. What's your final thoughts?
Jeez, Skeletor is really pissed.
Skeletor's looking for blood.
What the fuck?
Tyler talked more than you did.
You put me on the spot really, really early.
Do you want me to come back to you then?
Yes.
All right. Kluge, what's your final thought?
If you're a Mexican comedian that likes to talk about 3 month or 3 what was it, 3 month old or something?
3 months.
Yeah, 3 month olds in inappropriate ways, expect to get your nuts flattened.
No kidding.
Agreed.
No kidding. God. All right. Jay, what's your final thoughts?
Final thoughts, man. When Jose says he's coming through, I pissed and got towards grape soda. Holy shit.
So it's Mountain Dew now.
Final thoughts. When Jose says he's coming through, he's coming through. He hooked up 420 with some Acapulco Gold and some resin, and 420 went up, and that motherfucker still ain't come down.
This isn't even the worst of it. He'll go through the night.
I'm hoping Jose comes through for the cool Tyler, because I think he needs to be flown through space.
Yes, please.
Yep, see, yes, please, right there.
Hey.
Second off, man, dude, big shout out. Much love, respect to Aaron Durham. Come through like a fucking
Thank you, brother.
With his Wrestling for a Cure softball tournament, home run derby. It wasn't the goal that he hit, but anything over $1,000, it's a damn fine fucking weekend.
Indeed, indeed.
And remember to vote Will Height 2024. I can't do any worse. And Jesus, do you really want to be led by a guy who can't even walk up the fucking steps on Air Force?
Just shit himself as a D-Day ceremony.
There we go. All right. That's true. All right, Sage, before we get to Aaron, you want to try again?
Yeah, I think I'm finally on that level.
All right, Sage, go right ahead.
Fuck. Okay, finally. Shit, with Wells finally saying some shit. And with this, the way this night's gone, fucking shit.
Great flow.
Great flow, but Tyler Cooley, you really need to learn how to work your fucking camera, bro.
I know, it's getting me dizzy.
Yeah.
Learn how to stand that shit up or do something to get on the right fucking shit. And with Skeletor and you having a fake Skeletor up in this bitch now, and
Timu Skeletor.
Yeah.
Timu Skeletor. Holy shit, we're experiencing a whole new level of what the fuck.
We have the Fat 420 Bong Pringles can.
We have a Fat 420 Pringle can.
Yeah. We're getting a whole lot of fucking sus bullshit. And 420, enjoy that Acapulco Gold.
Well,
I know you will be.
The thing is, when you get a package that's like this small, but it weighs a pound, and then it says, like I said, two 420 from Jose.
Yeah, we get it.
And then when you open it, it's so vacuum packed, it goes from this big to this big, and it's still packed tight. You know it's going to be good.
Yeah. We get that. And
anyway, didn't mean to hijack you. So
yeah, it's all good. It's all good, bro. And me and Will Height tomorrow, we will get to experience Jose and all his awesomeness because he's coming over and hanging with us
I love this in the chat room.
Give Jose a big fat wet kiss from me. Thanking him.
I will not be kissing Jose, and neither will Will Height, but we will be
Give him high fives and bro hugs.
Kissing the lips of that fucking tequila bottle.
Lip hugs.
You guys are going to be gone too, dude. I'm going to just shut my phone off tomorrow because.
Oh, no. You will not be shutting your phone off.
Because you know, if you're going to shut your phone off, we're going to just kept emailing and texting Sue.
And you know what? I have access to get on to the show so I could start
That's the
a show
last thing I
tomorrow.
think we need. We don't need you drunk as fuck on whatever Jose brings up. Actually, that's a good idea. You have my permission.
Yeah, I don't need your permission, motherfucker. I have access to start a show.
Yeah.
Alright,
I
let's
can start a
go.
show tomorrow
access
night.
too.
But anyways, I want to go ahead and thank Aaron Durham and your
Thank you, guys.
awesomeness for this past
Yeah,
weekend.
thank you for coming on.
And the turnout wasn't the best, but at the same time, everything you did for the softball tournament and Wrestling for Cure, awesome, bro. Awesome.
Thank you, man.
We had a good time there. Granted, the rain sucked ass and it was cold, but it was still a fucking great time.
Can I
Money
just point
raised-
out? Can I just point out his worst effort has been the best effort, surpassed many.
He raised more money than our show did, that's for sure.
That ain't no shit. That, dude, we've had failed efforts at fucking the smallest efforts that we put on. So you
Hey,
did
guys, I ain't doing
phenomenal
it.
things.
I gotta run.
So
See you,
you
Bubba.
ain't running
Right,
nowhere,
Bubba.
Bubba.
Thanks, Daniel.
See
But
you
we love
guys.
you.
Later, Clevie.
Oh, God.
Love y'all.
Yeah.
Peace,
But
dude.
yeah, thank you, Aaron. Thank you for the opportunity for me to be there, and it was a good time. It was a wet time, but it was a good time.
Definitely wet.
All right. Let's go with Aaron. You are the guest of honor tonight. What is your final thoughts for tonight's show, man?
All right, well, let's give a shout out to all the Wrestling for a Cure guys came out and helped in any capacity they did. As I get more updates throughout the year on next year's tournament, whether it be sponsors, time frame, anything like that, I'll make sure to hit you guys up. And I'm going to leave you guys some words of wisdom tonight due to the society we're in today and what's going on in the world. I'm going to tap in to Mad Dog Mathis. Always make sure you're carrying a knife with you in case there's cheesecake or you need to stab somebody.
Good point. Good point. Chat room's final thoughts are Brian's birthday is Thursday the 13th, so ladies, send your titty pics.
If ladies
Skeletor,
send you titties pics, they better send me some because they forgot to on my birthday. Damn it!
Skeletor is
Yeah, I
asking.
didn't get it on my birthday.
I never got any
I
either.
was back in February.
I got a picture of 420 flipping me off one day. That was
I'll
it.
send you a titty pic right now.
Skeletor's final thought is, who the fuck is... Put your booze away. Who the fuck is Timu Skeletor? This one, I could not... I had to laugh at this one. Dutchman says I pissed in Skeletor's grape soda.
Wow.
Final thought is a fun fact. Life is easier in 2023 for a boy named Sir than it was in 1969.
Boy
I
named
think it's supposed to be a
Sue.
boy named Sue.
Boy named Sue.
Yeah,
That's such
that'd be
a
a
fucking.
boy named Stu.
What are you going off that, Will Height?
I saw it. You didn't. So fuck off.
What he do? What?
I
No,
went like this, and then I went like this.
Oh, that's a cock tease. Final thoughts from Casey. Will my 5-year-old please go to bed? He had his juice and snacks. She's watching Ghost Hunters.
Skeletor barked on his computer.
Billy.
Skeletor and Dutchman started yelling at each other in the chat room, of course, as always. Skeletor for Timu says Timu Skeletor.
Brian Lee,
Straight
yes,
soda.
but I'm the tripod.
Even the
Motherfucker, have you ever
version.
seen Kluge's dick?
What?
What?
Brian Lee says yes, but I'm the tripod.
Wow.
You ever seen Kluge's dick?
Kluge or Cooley?
Gotta
I said Kluge.
First of all, why are you looking at Kluge's dick?
I don't know if I want to be a part of this
And why
podcast
are we
anymore.
talking about this when one of my stepdaughters is in the room?
I don't know.
And not only that, but have you ever seen mine? Hold on.
All right.
Scare him away.
Well, while he's trying to show off, let's get to a few shout-outs here.
Yeah, shout outs.
Yeah, a few shout-outs here.
Where will I go?
First and foremost, Prairie Land Independent Wrestling is returning. The return of Unfair Games, July 6th in Vernon, Illinois. On the square, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Follow us on Facebook or follow this show for more details on what's coming up. Card will be announced soon, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Party starts at 3 p.m. It's been a long time since Prairie Land Independent Wrestling's had an event, and here you go. Also, this weekend, we got another one for you guys. Sunday, actually. June 9th.
Sunday.
High noon, Virginia Barbecue on the Square. That's 148 East Beerstown Street, Virginia, Illinois. Free admission to this one. The card is, however, subject to change. That's a free show.
Hey, mine's a free show too, motherfucker.
Hey, yours a free show too. Everybody's free show, but hey, the best things in life are free. So, all right.
On Pornhub too.
God, he's gonna be gone all night.
Yeah, that's also free.
All right.
That means our Facebook Messenger is gonna be blowing up all night.
Let's see. This I gotta get the link up real quick.
Just mute the notification. You'll be fine.
I'm gonna have to because they don't understand that it's supposed to stop at fucking midnight.
All right, guys, I got to hop off here. I got 16 hours tomorrow, so it's bedtime for me.
Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming on. We'll hope to have you back.
Absolutely.
Tyler
All right. Wednesday, we'll be doing a special edition of Ask Dr. Sage. There's the email.
What the fuck did Brian just say?
Free beer is good unless it's
You want me to kick him?
Don't kick Brian. We do not kick anyone from this show.
So I asked a girl the other day.
We don't kick anybody?
No, we do not kick Brian. Also, for everybody wondering, we are finally on TikTok or X, whatever you call it. There's a link.
We are on TikTok and X.
Well, Twitter or X.
We don't kick anybody?
Let me get
He just hurt my heart.
Oh, you'll get over it. Just drink another PBR.
And he just hurt my heart.
We'll be back Wednesday with another edition of the Best Damn Podcast. I'm back on day shift, so I'll be hosting. Next Friday is the fire sale. Whack-a-mole. $10 donation to Wrestling for a Cure. And we will play a game. More than likely, it's going to be here. Sage, when you come down for Whack-a-mole, keep your shirt on. So with that said, on behalf of April Binkley and Bubba and Jason Wilhite, that is Fat 420. That is Jason Kluge. That is Cooley himself. That is Dr. Sage's having a heartbreaking moment. We will be back next Wednesday for another edition of the Best Damn Podcast. Oh, yeah. Weird Frequencies this Sunday at 8. Until then, here it is.
Brian. More like 8:30, you mean?
8:30. Till then, I gotta turn the music down for this one. You guys gotta hear this. Here is your moment of Zen.
Look at that. Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh shit! Oh fuck no!
Oh shit!
Blew the door off and everything.
Hey, Sarai, back up, Sarai. Back up.
Oh, man, get that. You know when you got that.
Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. Fuck no. Hey, Sarai.
I'd be losing my shit at that point. All right, guys, we'll see you. Are you
that
good?
Blew the door open and blew out the window.
Blew the door and the window out. Yeah. Are you good, Sage?
No, Brian hurt my heart.
Well, maybe you and Brian could. Maybe you guys need to have a drinking night.
So what are you saying?
No, I'm not going to invite Brian over if he's not drinking PBR.
All right, we'll catch you on Wednesday. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.
So is millennialism rubbing off on you, Sage? Because that sounded like
I like rubber duckies. I rub them on my penis.
I love rubber duckies. I rub them on my penis.
I missed him.
No, Brian.
Hey,
Coffee pictures
did I
make me
tell you I got kicked out of
No, Brian,
micro-
I'm gonna have to fucking choke slam the shit out of Brian.
You're not joke slamming an audience member.
Hey, I got kicked out of micro wrestling the other day.
All right,
Why
that
can't
ended the show.
why can't I choke slam Brian?